Good morning, traders, and welcome to the smoothest live stream on the entire internet. My name is Lou Smooth. You guys can call me Smooth. And we are here looking at the Nasdaq charts. We just hopped into a quick little trade here. Not sure if it's going to work out, but we're going to give it a shot here. Let's go ahead and scroll over and see if we can catch this short trade here. We saw a little bit of nice absorption happening here. We wanted to take it a little bit earlier, but we held off for one more confirmation here. Looks like we might be able to get this move here, maybe possibly to new lows, but we're going to see if we could take it off right around here. Maybe we'll add to this trade later on, or maybe we'll get into a new trade later on. But as of right now, we're seeing if we can just continue this move down to about 155. But let's go ahead and hop over to the main chart and see what kind of action we've had overnight, which is pretty wild. We had a pretty wild evening. Looks like we might be getting stopped out of this trade, but it's okay. We'll look for another one if we do. All right, so first of all, let's go out to our 30-minute. Let's go out to our 30-minute and see what levels we have here. So we've got, right now we've got an overnight high here set at 265, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice pumpage. Just missed last week's high there. Just missed it by a little bit here. Looks like we may come back to this level later on today. We've got our overnight lows. Overnight lows were set all the way down here, guys. Look at this. Overnight lows at 19,910. So we got a humongous range here of about 300 points. Pretty big. So we've got all this to work with today. It's going to be a very nice day of trading today. We've got our daily open right above that at 935. We got the Globex at close at 981. We got our 20K level, obviously. We got yesterday's high here sitting at 20,125. And we've got last week's high up here that we're looking at 275. Now, I'm sure some of you may have some different levels on your charts. They're all valid. Obviously, all these levels work pretty well. We've got the VWAP sitting here at 166. Nice level. Let's go ahead and turn on our... let's go ahead and turn this on real quick and see where we are as far as standard deviations go. Standard deviations right now put us really close to the first standard deviation of the VWAP. So it's going to be pretty tough trading down here where we're going to be very close to the VWAP and yesterday's high. That'll be a chop zone that we may experience here. Might be experiencing a chop zone in here for a while this morning. But I'd like to see us get either into the higher extremities up here or into some of these lower extremities down here to have some clean trades. But as of now, we'll go ahead and wait. Real quick, we'll take a look at our daily so you guys can see what our daily formation candle looks like. And as you can see here, we did have a bullish absorption here followed by a green candle. If we can continue to have this candle close green today, that would be a very good indication for tomorrow as well, for Friday. That means that buyers are in control and buyers will be pushing this price up. Now, if we get a red candle today, we end up closing the day red. Well, that's a really bad signal for the market, and that could really lead us down into these levels come next week. But as of right now, it looks like we're looking pretty pumpy. So I'm not sure if we're going to see a move back down significantly anyway. But anything can happen. This is the NQ. We're supposed to have some news released today about some tariffs. The Trump administration is supposed to release some information. We'll go ahead and circle back to this trade that we're in and see if we can hopefully catch that. Turbo, what's up? West Joe, what's up, brother? And Mo, of course, always Mo. Thank you for being here, and all of you other guys who are here. Welcome. We will be trading today our Bulenox funded, and we'll be trading, I think, a Tradeify evaluation too, if we can get around to it. We'll see if we can spread the love around. We've got some fresh evals that we have to start putting to work. If not, we get rebuild, and we haven't even put them to work, and that's no bueno. So we'll see if we can get this going. I'm going to go ahead and start my walk. Go ahead and start my walk. Let's see if I can get some tunes in the background so we have something to listen to. Something, guys, something. Just something in the background. Hopefully we don't get any copyright strikes. We only got one yesterday, or two. Let's see if I can turn it down a little bit more and we won't get any. Bitcoin is pumping, guys. I sold out of my position yesterday, but it is pumping. If anybody is in BTC, it's almost at 100,000. Let's go ahead and check that out real quick. Ooh, what happened here? What happened here, Trading View? Oh, okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Yeah, check out this Bitcoin pump. We just hit 100. We just missed 100,000. We hit 99,882. That's pretty savage. We had this huge pump yesterday. This is the way Bitcoin likes to move. Bitcoin likes to move in a way where it just gives you a random pump out of nowhere, and then it does the consolidation. Random pump out of nowhere, consolidation. So we took a long somewhere in here. We sold yesterday in this range. I was not expecting another pump so quickly, but that's what happens in the crypto world. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Let's take a quick look at gold. Gold's been moving as well. Gold's been a mover. Okay, gold's been trading lower since the market has been going higher. Gold's been seeing some lower lows here. It is approaching 32 even. It did get as close as 32.22 yesterday, but I believe today we're going to see what it's really made of. Now we did have this nice breakout here. I'm not sure if the market wants to come back down here and retest last week's low, or maybe she wants to turn around and go higher. We'll see. It's all a matter of time. All right, looks like the market is finding some support here, so my trade might still might get triggered out of here. We'll see. We will see. Anything's possible with the NQ. Yeah, she's starting to build some strength here. Starting to show some strength. I don't know if I trust her just yet, but we'll see. I don't think I trust her ever. Biblical, good morning. How's it going? Let's go ahead and check out the news. We did have unemployment numbers, I think, this morning. Let me see. It was unemployment, I think. Thursday, today. Unemployment claims, yeah. So unemployment claims came in at 228. Expected was 231. So that came in a little better than what the market was looking for. Looks like we are trending in the right direction as far as unemployment goes. That's not bad. Okay, let's see what other news we may have scheduled for this week. Tomorrow we have the Canadian news. Nothing really big for the rest of the week, so that might be it for the rest of the week. We might be stopped here too. Might be getting stopped here. Trump speaking at 10 today, Turbo? Okay. Yeah, okay. Thanks for the heads up. Let's go ahead and look at financial juice. See if there's anything here on financial juice. Trump trade announcement. Yeah, that's true. They didn't mention that he was going to say, yeah, I have a news release today at 10, right? Yeah, so the market's going to get really wild at 10 o'clock. Trump's trade announcement with UK will be limited in scope, heavy on future commitments, and leave the existing 10% universal tariffs in place. A U.S. and UK official tells CNN. UK officials see the U.S. deal as initially focused on cars and steel. Okay. Yeah, what's going on with India and Pakistan, man? They're at each other's throats, huh? It's nothing new, but looks like they're escalating. Anybody here in the chat from India or Pakistan? Okay. So it looks like it's going to be between the EU and the US, huh? Well, at least UK, sorry. The UK and the US. All right, we got a really, really nasty 12-minute setup right here. The 12-minute looks like it absorbed big time from 20,200. Should probably be getting a heavy push down. I gotta mark this out. That's pretty bad. Okay, this is pretty bad. Might get an initial move down, man. Maybe tap that VWAP. Yeah, we might get a move down. Might be getting stopped here. What's up, Santiago? Nasdaq Sal, good morning. Go along here, yeah. The long did look like it was setting up. It did look like it was setting up. Let's see if they protect this level here, but yeah, it did look like it was setting up pretty nicely. Yeah, looks like they're coming up for liquidity here, and I'm probably in their way. I am most likely in their way here for that liquidity. I do want to show you guys this real quick. This here, this area has a lot of supply. If we look at the 12-minute here, it's pretty rare to get a 12-minute supply candle unless it's something pretty serious. We've got a 12-minute supply candle here, and we're starting to build up a 12-minute demand candle down here. So they're really kind of going at each other's throats right now. So I mean, that's why I'm still in this trade. I really think that they could push this down to at least VWAP or yesterday's high. I really think they could retest this area. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see here. Things are looking kind of suspect here prior to the open. What's going on? I'm going to wait till 5 minutes open. Just saw your video and now here to watch you do it live. Oh, what's up, J-Dubs? Thank you, man. Appreciate you watching. Yeah, well, this week has been really rough, man. I've seen a lot of traders have really rough days this week, including myself. The market has not really been trading the way it should be. A lot of traders who are order flow traders have had a rough time. So, for instance, like people who use Bookmap, people who use footprint charts, they've had a really rough week because they've been putting in a lot of false signals. And it looks like we're going to get this push higher here. Yeah, I'm seeing the absorption to the upside here. It looks like, yeah, this week has been pretty rough, man. The market has been low volume, and it's been doing some really wild stuff. So here we go, getting stopped out. All right, we'll search for another opportunity later. All right, yeah, so we can see here that we did have the absorption going to the upside right here. We did have that absorption. All right, so looks like they'll tap into the supply area again in here, and then most likely roll over. This week has not been smooth. No, it has not been smooth at all. It should go up. Currently, price is balanced. Yeah, see this right here is a manipulation candle that we're getting. This will probably grab the liquidity it needs to grab, and then we'll probably see a rollover. I do think the market wants to come and retest this lower levels. We do have on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we do have some levels down here. Well, I'm just showing you on the 1 hour chart. 1, 2, 3 level. Looks like they can come here and grab some liquidity as well, if they need it. Yesterday's high is right there. I feel like they might put in a head and shoulders as well. You know, we do have a little shoulder head, maybe another shoulder coming in. That's on the 1 hour. And we will see. Kamatsu, what's up? Not a bad call. A bit late, but mainly you tried to take too big a bite. I don't know. It was just a 1-to-1. Except when Trump speaks. As long as we stay above 124 on this 125 minute, we should go higher. Yeah. Yeah, we took that one right in here. We took that short right in here. Let me show you guys where we took it. So we took the short after we saw this little indication right here. We saw sellers absorbing. We saw sellers pushing through. We saw them come back. We took the short somewhere in here. We should have probably TP'd in here as opposed to waiting for a little bit more. But at the same time, like, we just don't know. You know, we just got to let the trade play out. You got to let the trade play out and do what it will. Okay, then here we had some more signals. Got some more signals right in here. Too bad I was already in the trade. We had bulls absorbing, and then we had the bulls following through. We had a nice call here, and this would have been a really nice trade to the upside. We'll still be vigilant for the next opportunity, whether that's to the downside or to the upside. We'll see. Like I said, the 12-minute looks very bearish, guys. Looks super bearish. So it's going to have a really hard time getting past the 200s. All right, I'm just speaking out loud from things I've seen in the past. I think she's going to have a hard time getting through here. A lot of supply in there that we've seen this morning. We'll see when the market opens if there are enough orders that are going to be stacked up to break through here. Sonia, what's up? Is it? Yeah, it's Sonia, right? Yeah, Sonia. I thought it was Sonia or Sonia. It's Sonia. Yeah, thank you, Sonia. Bye for now. On ES, we must stay above 65.83. Okay. Yeah, we just missed it by a little bit. Have you been looking at the big 1 second shifts? The only place I have a 1 second chart, brother, and I'm not sure what you got to jump on Discord one day. Can you jump on Discord, Kamatsu, and show me or show us your trading setup that you're talking about? Because I'm very confused when you're saying like 1 second shifts. Because if we go over here to Project X, I can put this on 1 second. I'm just not sure what you're talking about. Like if I put this on 1 second, like I have no clue what I'm looking at here. You know, I have no clue. Like this to me is just, for me at least, it's untradeable. Like my mind doesn't work this quickly. On TradingView, I can go to 15 seconds, and that's tough. You know, that's tough to look at. So if you could help me understand that, that would be great. Now we get to move down after they swept the liquidity. I look at the 1 minute. I trade off the 1 minute. So that's what I'm looking at here, is the 1 minute. I have the 2 and the 3 and the 6 and the 12 on my right hand side. I go back and forth through those. And I check out what's going on there. All right, looks like we're possibly going to get that move back down. We on the 3 minute looks like it did put in that shift back down to lower prices. We'll see if we get that at the open. We have 5 minutes left to the open. We'll see what happens there. Looks like the shift might be coming in. There goes the short. Yeah, there goes my TP. Was down here, I think, out the 150s on that last trade. We'll see what happens here once the market opens up. That jumped to 178. No direction yet, says Nasdaq Sal. TPO look like we are gonna head up at some point. Retest to Santiago. You think the TPO says that? Yeah, it looks like we have a poor high. Is that what you're referring to? Looks like we have a poor high at the moment. Yeah, this is like an inefficiency in price. They need to auction off a little tail up here like we have down here. It likes to be tapered off. So we do have a poor high here. So the 264s definitely look like they want to go up there. Good call on that. Turbo. Good call, brother. So what Turbo is referring to here, guys, is that when you put in on a TPO chart, you can just pull it up here on TradingView. You'll see that price for it to be auctioned off correctly, that's what the stock market is. It's an auction. You have to have kind of like a tapering at the both ends, because that means that prices had enough opportunity to test higher prices and then get rejected. This has not had the opportunity to, because it stopped abruptly. So when you have this abrupt stop, it means that you do not have, and you did not really auction off enough higher prices to see if there was anyone interested. So for instance, if we go back here to yesterday, you can see we had a tapering here and we had a tapering here. Day before that, we had a poor high. So that means that price the next day will most likely want to take this out. And what did we have the next day? We had price come and take it out. So that is what Turbo is referring to. Thank you, Turbo. You the man. All right, we're getting my short, man. There's my short. Why you do me dirty like that, NQ? Why you wait till after you stop me out? I want to stop using stop losses, guys. Who's with me? Where do I go to get a TPO chart? Santiago? Well, you gotta have TradingView. You gotta have the paid version. You can't have the free version. You go up here on your indicators up here, and there's a drop down for your charts that says bar style, like up here. Okay, so you click on it. It says bar style. It's a downward arrow, and then you pick TPO, time price opportunity. I think it's here we go. There we go. Time price opportunity. They also have volume footprint, which is really good. Renko. There's a lot of different ones there. A lot of good ones. Got my TP. No, I could. You know what? I didn't have to use a stop loss on that one. It's so tight. I could have given it a little bit more room, but I just wanted to play it safe. Play it safe. And who knows? You just don't know. You can't win every single trade. You got to have good, proper risk management. There goes my TP. Nice, baby. Thanks for taking my TP now. All right, we are going to get a major move down. We tapped into this 12-minute. I feel like we're going to get a move down. I don't know, call me crazy. I think we'll eventually come up higher today, but I think it initially will drop down because of this area. I think it's going to have a hard time to break through here, and I think we roll over. That's just my idea. I could be completely wrong. That time it was absorbed. So move upcoming was the signal. You did right. I was making a joke. What'd you say, Turbo? Got your TP. All you needed was oh, my bad. I needed some infinite leverage, infinite margin. Yeah, there goes that VWAP tap. They don't make it as easy as it appears to be, right? So let's see if we can learn anything from this move here. So we had the absorption down here. Should have got out here when we saw the buyers absorbing. That would have saved us a couple of bucks. Re-entered up here after we saw the manipulation. Could have been a better entry here. And here we go. Beautiful. So the market doesn't take the shortcut. The market likes to take the scenic route. So he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to grandma's house. Like, here we go. Let's take a U-turn through the woods, baby. Let's go through the woods, through the river, on our 4-wheel drive, and then come back down. Bang, there we go. We're at grandma's house. So I think that's what it likes to do. It never takes a shortcut. No, let's just say never. Let's just say it rarely takes the shortcut. Kind of shenanigans were these, man. Kind of shenanigans. All right, she's making new lows here. Stop making new lows, baby. New lows for the, last hour or so. Let's go see what the 1 hour looks like here. Okay, so we had the open all the way down here. Remember that. That open was all the way here at 934. Could she go down there first? I mean, there's a lot. There's nothing standing in its way, really. You know, we got 20K here. 20K standing in its way, and that's it. I think she could really just lose it, guys. And remember, we talked about this area here being supply, and it looks like it is supplying. It's doing its job. Let's see. It sure is supplying. Look out below. Yeah, I don't want to spend any time here at the VWAP. So if you got to go through this area in Q and go straight down, that's okay with me. Kamatsu, I'm sorry I didn't catch up with I didn't see your signal call from 162, 167 back to 162. That was a big trade testing the waters. It was absorption immediately. You mean this one here? You mean this little retest? This retest here? I should have got back in on the short here. I wanted to, but we were getting too close to the open. I wanted to see what was going to happen at the open. Gap fill says turbo. The rebound is mirroring, so you again needed to look for the 5-point swing. Yeah, like I'm saying, Kamatsu, like you're saying a lot of things that I have no idea what they are. I would love for you to jump on our Discord and show us your screen at some point. We've had a couple of traders do it in the past. If you want to try and show us exactly like what you mean by your trade setups, the 5-point swings, the 1 second stuff, like I have no clue what you're talking about. If I just yesed you, I'd kind of just be, you know, gaslighting you, I guess that's what it's called. I'd just be kind of yesing you, but I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never heard anyone, you know, say those things. Getting that massive push down, guys. Massive. Humongous. Oh, by the way, if any of you guys need a cheap eval, we don't have 91% off right now on Bulenox, or 90% off on Apex, but we do have 83% off Bulenox right now, and we have 80% off Apex. And Tradeify, I believe they're at 30% right now with their growth accounts. That would make it, let's see, with their growth accounts, I think that would make it about 90 something some odd dollars for 50K growth. But there's no activation fee, so that makes it really inexpensive if you're good at passing evals. It's cheaper than any other top tier one out there. I'll be trading Tradeify today's eval. And I'll also be trading Bulenox today if you guys need them. Oh, thank you, Bass, for being here. I appreciate it. This may go channel first thing in the morning before market opens. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Sonia says she's got some critical levels here at 20,133 above on the buy side and below on the sell side. So 133 is your critical level. Isn't that? Yeah, that's yesterday's high, huh? Yeah, that is a level to watch there, for sure. I have a feeling today we're going to get some good price action. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't understand your trading strategy. My trading strategy is completely different than what you're mentioning, and none of the buzzwords you're using are anything I've ever heard of before. So that's why I'm kind of telling you, like, I can't just say, oh, okay, let me try your strategy or implement it into mine, because I have no clue what you're saying. Does anyone else have an understanding of what Kamatsu is referring to? I know Kamatsu has a little bit more experience in the markets on the investment side, so there might be, you know, terminology that's used that I'm not familiar with. And ETH is up big, man. ETH is up big, big, big. That's good, because that's one of our biggest holdings on the crypto side. Looks like we're getting some absorption to the upside right now. I don't think it'll hold too much. We'll see though. We do have the VWAP back up here. May get rejected from here. Maybe we'll come back up here and clean up this candle. Get all these imbalances prior to then maybe dropping once more. looks like she's clearing things up here. A big candle here. This could be a liquidity grab before going higher again. Big candle, guys. She swept the lows here on this last move down. And if you see a chance coming, you need to watch where the big fish bite. Their actions create a momentum that makes your strategy work. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I want to ask you what you mean by that. I really, because I'm not really understanding what your suggestion is to make it work, Kamatsu. I'm all ears, believe me. I'm not like a lot of other streamers. I'm willing to listen to anyone that has valuable information to share. But I'm just not comprehending here what it is that you need me to do. All right, looks like we might get that push higher here. Might is the key word. She might retrace this here. Try and see this long opportunity here, see if we can get it. That was a beautiful entry. Let's see if we can get that push into the 130s. Can we get those 130s? Hold on, guys. I'm getting a call from the wife. Hello? Hey, babe. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Okay. Well, the thing is this. If there's no internet, it's probably not from the router. It's most likely a signal issue. Can we try to troubleshoot it by calling them and asking them to reset the signal? Okay. Okay. Let me know. All right. All right, baby. Bye. Oh, sorry. I thought I muted you guys. Apologies. My apologies. My apologies, guys. Let's start at the beginning. Whenever your strategy are playing out, there are big fish out there playing the same game. Smooth tech support. Yeah. My wife, she handles our Airbnb that we have, and we have a guest right now that is troublesome. So everything's a problem with her. The toilet is running, the door doesn't lock, the internet just went out. Like, come on, man. Like, it's always something. I went there twice for the toilet already. The toilet's not. There's nothing wrong with the toilet. It's not running. I flushed it 20 times. I'm like, this toilet is not running. She's like, but every time you leave, it starts running. I'm like, come on, lady. Like, we have like a really good toilet. It's a very, very good toilet. So yeah, it's difficult, man. You guys think like, you guys hear about people that have like rental properties or Airbnbs and you're like, oh man, I want to do that. Do you really? Do you really want to deal with people that are always constantly complaining about something? We might be finding some support here at this level of 100. It might be possible. Okay, Kamatsu. So if I see the opportunity and everyone else sees it, what do you mean? You want me to jump into the opportunity sooner? Is that what you're saying? So if everyone sees it, should I not take it because everyone sees it and it's a trap, or should I take it sooner? That's the part that I think I'm not understanding. When they start to sell or buy, they create the momentum, yes, of course. That makes trades pay off. Are you with me so far? Yes, of course, momentum. You just want to join the ride. You want to join the ride. Those are A setups. Reversals are great, but they're not A setups. Reversals are very tricky sometimes. Oh, sorry to hear that, Nasdaq Sal. Apologies, man. Take it easy, man. Take a quick break. That's called momentum investing, yes. Soros wrote about it, yes, Soros. Big Daddy Soros. The guy who can crash entire economies. So how do you know when the big fish bite? Well, the only way I can tell you the big fish are biting is when I see absorption. Because it takes a lot to absorb a move. So for instance, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about when you say momentum. So for instance, okay. Like for instance here, we're seeing this move come down. Where we're seeing this move come down, we see an absorption candle here. This absorption candle tells me that buyers are trying to step in, but sellers are still too strong. So with this, a lot of times what I like to do is I like to wait for the next candle to show me, confirm to me, that truly the sellers are in control without seeing any absorption. No absorption necessary. So when I see that, then it would urge me to then go short because sellers are in control. So I'm taking advantage of that momentum. And I'm on the 1 minute. Doing this on the 12 minutes, a little higher risk, but it does work. Not as much as it works on the 1 minute though, because I back tested this. So if I would have taken that short, and I'm probably missing a short right now, but if I would have taken that short, would have done a 1-to-1. Unfortunately for me, this one would have been stopped out, but it would have been right. It would have been correct if I would have had a higher stop. I mean, we got what, 13, 15 points to the downside, and we got 9 points to the upside. Unfortunately, this would have got wicked out here, but the momentum is working. The momentum is going. So what I'm going to start doing is giving my trades a couple more points. Sometimes they do just like to come sweep. This would have been a winner if that would have occurred. So I understand what you're talking about with momentum. I want to trade with the momentum. I'm not trying to recreate the wheel. Believe me, that's what this whole strategy is about. It's about listening to the chart and not listening to my bias. It's about listening to the chart. So right now it looks like they are defending this zone here. We did have some buyer absorption. Looks like they're defending it at the moment. Doesn't mean it has to hold. But as you can see, we have some buyer absorption in here. Yeah, it looks like the 2 minutes looking pretty strong. Looks like we could be getting this pop here. All right, we got 15 minutes in. The market is 15 minutes in. Are you talking about watching the DOM too? The DOM and the time and price? I mean, time and sales? All right, they might sweep this little area here. We'll see if, ooh, man. They might sweep here. Welcome to our new sub. They might sweep this area here. Welcome to Santiago. Santiago, welcome to the channel, brother. Don't forget to join our Discord. It's completely free. Best Discord in the world. All right, we just swept this level. Let's see if there is any action. Let's see what they're doing. Any action here? Any action from the Jacksons? Okay, they're still looking for lower prices here. Still looking for lower prices. Yeah, looks like lower we go, lower we go. Yeah, the 2 minute said it all there. The 2 minute had a good read on that. 2-minute had an amazing read. Look at the 2-minute, guys. 2-minute here had a really nice read. We had the absorption. We had a red candle here confirming that move. And then we got the dump. I didn't see it. I wasn't looking at the 2-minute. I was too busy looking at my main chart here. 3-minute also confirmed it. 3-minute we had the absorption. Had the nice move down, confirming sellers are in control. And then bang, there we go. Very nice. Oh wait, you guys aren't seeing any of that? I hope you were. No? Nothing? Is my thing already down? Yeah, looks like my thing's already down, huh? Switchboard is already down. There we go. Maybe it'll work this time. Yeah, I was telling you guys, absorption here on the 2-minute, followed by a red candle. We got that beautiful drop. The 3-minute showed it here too, absorption. Controlled by the sellers, beautiful drop. I missed it. Screwing around here looking at the 1-minute. I wasn't even looking over to my right. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to reset the stream here. We're not able to switch our screens. All right, very nice, man. I missed it, man. That was a setup. I'm gonna have to lay off the chat for a minute, guys. If you really need me, please just at me, because I gotta. This is when the market gets really wild between 9:30 and 10 o'clock, 10:30. So I will get back to your chats in a little bit once things kind of settle in. All right, looks like our next level, like I said, we could possibly be heading down to that 20K level. So that's what the market may want, is that 20K level. That 12-minute supply area that we talked about up here held up beautifully. When you see that on a market open, I would say that the majority of the time, I'm not going to put a specific percentage on it, but the majority of the time that I see that absorption right at the open, they tap into it like they did here, and then it's sayonara. Very nice move here. ATRs are looking pretty big right now. Let's see what the ATRs are currently doing. ATRs are 18 now. They're fine. They're normal. ATRs are chill. Could be coming back down here to retest this lower area here, maybe possibly sweep. This looks pretty interesting here. Two. Try to see if we can get this push higher. Oh, we got stopped out of break even. Look like we're getting some momentum there. Hold on, guys. I gotta reset my. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, sorry about that. Sometimes my switchboard stops working. OBS is weird like that. I don't know why I gotta figure out what's going on with OBS and why it cuts me out like that sometimes. All right, we could be getting another push down here. Looks very likely. I'm gonna try short here around 100. Or should I? Things are looking kind of robust there. We'll see about around 100. It might be a good place to short if we can get the price to come up there. This 100 level could be a good spot. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Remember, we got 20K underneath us. That could be second price in. And we got 20,140 the VWAP. We got the market pushing here. Let's see if they're going to sweep the 100 level. They had trouble getting above 100 before. Let's see if they can crack it this time around. She could retest 120. We do have a point of control up there. 120 is showing a point of control. We did have this previous resistance here. It could be, support could be resistance now. Let's see what happens there. And our point of control is sitting at about 123. So right here, this 122, 123 level. We could possibly reach up there. Okay, nice move so far. Go ahead and check out the 15-second. Let's see what's going on in here. So we had a good explosive move from here to, we had two manipulation candles straight up here. Let's see if we can continue this move higher, or if she comes back and cleans up these candles first. All right, she's still pushing here. Still pushing. Still seeing higher highs. I think she's going to go here to 123. Watch the sweep here to 100 maybe. That dirty move, guys. That dirty move. Look at her. Dirty move. That was a dirty move. Filthy. Yeah. Watch out with the reversal. She cleaned up these 2 manipulation candles as expected. The move did originate from here. As you can see here on the 15-second chart, the move did originate from here. So I can see why it's being supported. That's where the demand zone was last time. Let's see if it gets respected or if it gets violated here. I'm gonna try a cheap long here. It'll cost me 85 bucks if I'm wrong. If I'm right, we're looking at 250. 250. So we'll see. I think it drops, bro. Yeah, it will drop. It will drop. I believe you on that. But I just think that it might go here and tap in at 123 before dropping. But if I'm wrong, then it'll be a cheap opportunity to try it. Plus that last candle was a little manipulative. So that kind of tells me it might go higher. Might get swept here. All right, if we turn the green candle here, I'm going to go to break even. I think that's close enough. Oh, my coffee's out. Great trade, you got to get in if your plan says so. Thank you, brother. I will take her off there. Yeah, I'm definitely looking for opportunities in either direction. I just can't be the one to make the call. If I make the call, then that means that I'm using my bias. I gotta let the chart tell me, like Kamatsu was saying earlier. I gotta let the chart tell me. If the chart tells me, hey, this might be a good opportunity here. We saw the manipulation down. We saw these candles here. These are manipulation candles. We see the market wants to reach the 123. We saw this fast move up. And usually with this fast moves up, the market doesn't like to leave people in profit. So it comes back, sweeps them, finds where the demand zone is. In this case, the demand zone was sitting right here. Because why? Because we saw the absorption here on a 15-second. We saw the absorption start happening here. So an absorption tells you there's strong buyers there. So when we come back into it, tap into that strong buyer zone, we saw the manipulation down, which means there's imbalances in here. So the market usually likes to clean those candles up anyway. So we came down, retested the demand zone, cleaned up this one candle. We waited for a sweep, which we saw right here, and we took it and we did small risk, 85 bucks, good reward, 250, and it's still going. We hit 123. We just hit 123 right there. Thank you, Mo. We can't suck all the time. It's humanly impossible to suck all the time. Even a broken clock is right, bud. So think about how orders are placed. If you sell 10, it doesn't affect the ticker. The sales are immediate. It matches with your buys. If you sell 100,000, it immediately reacts to a few points. Yeah, big orders move the market. Big orders move the market, just like Soros. All right, so let's take a look at the 1 minute again. The 15-minute was clutch there because it showed us stuff to get into the trade. I saw the move setting up on the 1 minute. We scaled down to the 15-second to look for a nice clutch entry. All right, we're gonna see what she does here at this level of 123. All right, I'm gonna swap out to another account. Let's swap out to another account. Try to see if we can get a couple good trades on this one. This looks like it might pump if we get a green candle here. We could be building a bull flag in here. If we build a bull flag in here, that could be very bullish. Might go and tap the 20,130. We do still have 20K down below us. I don't know if the market's going to want to go there, but we got close. If the market absorbs it, nothing happens. If the other people start piling in, it creates momentum. Yes, that's exactly my concept, brother. You just basically explained it in your own words. The absorption, plus you see people hopping in, that shows the continuation of that absorption. It creates momentum. You need to make your target and theirs. Yes. Yeah, this is looking good for the short now. Looking pretty solid. Okay. Little manipulation there, so. Yeah, the short's coming in now. See if we can catch a ride here. Yeah, looks like we missed that train. Had to be quicker to it. Had to be a little quicker. Yeah, I should have entered it immediately here when I saw this red candle. Missed it there. I missed it. That's my fault. We called the level 1, 2, 3. Now she's coming down. Remember, nothing moves in a straight line, so they might be able to still support this here. Might still be able to support it. Like right now, I wouldn't want to be taking a short into the trend line. When you see the opportunity coming in, you watch for that sudden big move. The big fish testing the water. Yeah, they're testing the water now. Let's see your time. Your moves better. That lets you time your moves better and boost 55% successful strategy to 60%. Okay. All right, they're breaking through the trend line. This would have been a beautiful entry. Gosh darn it, we missed it. We missed it. Well, I missed it because I was trigger shy there. I should have taken it. I should have taken it immediately when I saw it. I should have taken it immediately. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Kamatsu. Thank you for all your tips, bud. Let's see if this still holds up as support here. All right. Could that have been a fake out to the downside? It's very possible here. See how fast these manipulation candles get retraced? Saw it here on a 15-second. It got retraced immediately. Sometimes it's immediate. Sometimes it takes a couple of bars, like it does here. Sometimes it takes a while. Like these haven't been recovered yet. Maybe we recover them now. Would it move higher? I don't know. Market may want lower still. Yeah, looks like she is making still lower prices here. Look at her go. Look at her go. She may want that 20K, guys. Once she gets that 20K, then trading's going to get really ugly. I'm going to have to switch over to an eval at that point if we're too close to the 20K. Or maybe just paper trade it. Oh, there she goes. Man, that would have been an epic short right here. Epic short. She wants that 20K. She wants it so bad she can taste it. Okay. Support might turn resistance here. Could get a rejection from here or a rejection from the trend line. We'll see. So far, so bueno. She's rejecting. Good call for whoever said the shorts. The shorts were coming in. But I knew she wanted this 123 first. She just said, I got to come and retest that 123. I got to do it. I just got to do it. She just had to do it. Do 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 do. What a dump we just got here. Good 40 points, man. Good 40-point dump from the trend line. Did you see those big jumps from 62 down to 50 range? We haven't 62 to 50. You're talking about from 84 to 55? So we just swept the low there. Swept the low there. Let's see what she does here. Alright, she might be putting in some bullish absorption here. It looks like on the 2 and 3 minute that they might be trying to create a base here. Maybe to retest the trend line, possibly. To retest this consolidation area. We'll see. This area right now is proven to be pretty strong resistance. Ooh, doo, doo, doo. Guys, let's see if we can get up to 75 likes today. Gotta give away some of this 50K evals. Alright, looks like she may want to try higher. Oh, no, 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 she does not yet. Oh, nice move. Nice move, NQ. Nice move, NQ. Nice move, NQ. Yeah, this area was still resistance here. She said, forget the trend line. I can't even make it past this area. Do, 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 do. She's going to go to that 20K more than likely, man. We're at the 40s now. We're at the 40s. Oh, this was a nice drop here. Too fast for me, though. This candle's way too big. Can't get them all. Yeah, she'll bounce a little bit before 20K, guys, because a lot of people will take profits early. People will take profits early here, so I expect a bounce. I expect a bounce here maybe at 2020 or something. A little dangerous of a bounce, obviously, taking a long into a downward trend. And we're way too close to 20K to have price action make sense. Things get really weird when you get to areas like 20K and the VWAP. That's where the opportunities happen sometimes, you know? Opportunities could happen there. So we might get another move down here. 2020 is on the horizon. It's looking bullish right now in the 15-second. She could want to retest that 80 level again. Or at least maybe clean this up. Or at least maybe. Let's look at this. Does that look possible? There it goes. Just missed it. I just missed it. She gonna bounce here from 25? Was that enough? Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'd like to see a sweep of here, or a retest of this level. Could make for a cheap little entry. Could get another little drop here. Looks like we might. What's up, Dylan? Thank you for tapping in, brother. You do that so well. Mr. Hoyt pulls out the classic. That's what she said. I have no idea what you're referring to. Refresh my memory. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man, she's looking kind of pumpy. She's looking kind of pumpy here, guys. Bulls are trying to absorb here. Or be patient here and wait for an entry somewhere. That's long or short, but be honest with you, everyone's expecting 20K. They might do the opposite. Everyone's expecting 20K. They might just rip it. I'd like to see them come close to this 30s. So it'd make a cheap entry if we can get close to these 30s, maybe 34. Looks like she's going to be off to the races here, though. She might come right back up here and test the trend line that we missed earlier. Or maybe even 120. Or maybe even 100. I'm looking to short 167. That's a big candle, said Mr. Hoyt. Is that what she said? Oh, you're looking at short 67? Okay. I got you. Yeah, this was a good one here. I didn't take it. This was a good one. You got to trust the moves. You got to trust the moves. You got to trust the chart. I'm a little traumatized, guys, from the last few days. I'm not going to lie. Because normally I would have taken this long here. But human bias steps in. And recency bias steps in. And you start not taking trades that you should have. Yeah, this move has left without me now. This move has left without me. Gonna wait for confirmation, says Santiago. That would be a good move. That would be a good move. This was a nice move here. Should have tried that one. All right, beautiful recovery here. And come into this area here of resistance. We'll see what happens. She could be putting in for a short squeeze now with that massive drop we had this morning. Careful her, guys, because she will do what you least expect. Okay, we're going to retest this area here for demand. Think they'll go higher here. Was that candle yellow? What was that candle? Big absorption. A lot of buyers in here. A lot of buyers stepping in, but sellers moving this price down. Wow, buyers are strong here. Buyers are strong. A lot of volume kicking in. Could be here that buyers step in, take this thing to the next level. They look very strong. See if we can get this here. All right, right to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. All right, so I know some of you like when I recap my trades and why I took them. So what I'll tell you here is that we had massive volume coming in here on the 1 minute, as you can see here. This is the delta. This means there's way more buyers than sellers. And the sellers were trying to keep that price down. They're trying to push it. Just like ICT, he was trying to push it, right? So they're pushing it big time down, but at the last second it turned into a doji. That tells me that buyers are going to be relentless in trying to get this price a little bit higher. So now in the next candle, in the very next candle, you saw those buyers explode. Bang, right there. And we got a quick TP. Now they have every permission now to do whatever they want because they've broken through this level of resistance, which means there's probably some stop losses in here that they wanted, either for liquidity or to fuel them to the next level. But it is what it is. Okay. On the next trade to Santiago. Thank you, Mo. Checking in. Godspeed. Says French Bully. What's up? What's going on, Hasuni? Hey, Dureska. What's up, Stream Elements? Oh, man. Oh, Santiago, you okay? Hope you're all right, brother. Good morning, F4. Hey, F4. What does F4 stand for? What does that mean? I've never asked. I'm kind of curious. Again, that absorption out to the downside. Sometimes that's what the market wants. It wants that explosive move one way so they can bring it down the other way. Now we'll probably go to 20K. Now we might go to 20K. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but we might. I don't see any signs of us going lower yet. This might be just a liquidity sweep before going higher. Yeah, that's what this looks like. This looks like a liquidity sweep here before going higher. So be careful here if you guys are going short again. They just swept this level that I told you that they had to hold because this is buyer demand. They just swept it right here. That's why you're seeing that pop, that quick pop here. Down until 20,000. Yeah, I was initially thinking that too, Hasuni. I was initially thinking that too, but I don't see that right now with the current price action, where we made this recent high. I don't see them taking it down just yet, because this was a manipulation candle, so these get retraced pretty quickly. Right now, we're starting to see buyers step in here with bullish absorption. If the next candle ends up being green, then that could really give us a good indication of where they want to go. All right, looks like they do want to take this thing higher. Freest 4, my last 4, and we're a family of 4. Oh, that's cool, man. I like that, man. I like names that have a good meaning. That's beautiful, man. I thought it was the key on your keyboard, F4. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Good name though, man. Good name. Yeah, like my wife, she opened up a new email address with our last name. I thought that was really cute. You know, family email address. Or a family Instagram. You know, those things are really nice. All right, so it looks like she is trying to reach higher prices here. Next target here would be this 100 moving period VWAP. We're sitting at about 110, and then after that we've got the VWAP there at 127. Yesterday's high at 133. We could end up pumping from here. We could end up pumping. Oh wow, slippage was that bad? What are you trading? And where are you trading? Big Bear Season says Austin. What's up, Austin? How you doing? Antonio, what's up, brother? Let's try to get the likes up to 75, guys. We'll do that giveaway. I do have to take off by 1 o'clock today because I got to go to a chiropractor again today. But yeah, let's see if we can get the likes up to 75 before then. Big short order coming in at 148. Look out for that. At 148, you say, huh? That would make sense because that would be right above the yesterday's high and the VWAP. Makes sense. Mm-hmm. Today the market is actually trading a lot cleaner and a lot more predictable than the last few days. The last few days have been the wild, wild west, man. Last few days have been torturous for me as an order flow trader because they've created their own order flow just to trade against it. So lesson learned. When trading in a low volume environment, either A, don't trade, or B, if you're going to trade at higher time frames. Hold on, guys. Had to get that Fed stuff out of the way. Now we can get some clean price action. Yeah, 1 minute and trading view to Tradeify. Oh, really? So you're trading on trading view from Tradeify? I heard there's some lag there. That's why I don't do that anymore. I don't think it's a CQG connection, right? It's a, what is it, a DX connection, or is it it's not rhythmic, or is it CQG? It might be CQG. It is CQG, isn't it? But I heard there's lag when you do that. That's why I don't do that anymore. I used to do that too the first time I traded with Apex. I did that too. Apparently there is a lag. Yeah, there is, man. Turbo. Yeah, just trade on Tradeify. I'm about to trade on Tradeify today too with my Tradeify evals. After we get these fundeds out of the way. Yeah, I think we move higher here, guys. I think we move higher here. Call me crazy, but I think we do. What's going on in the world? Anything happening here? Anybody know what's going on in India and Pakistan? Looks like it's getting pretty serious out there. This is the latest footage. Looks pretty serious. I don't know. Anybody have the 411? I hate to be caught in the middle of that. That's pretty wild. I'll pray for them. Dancing bell. Yeah, it's actually it's a mix between a hookah dance or whatever that's called from New Zealand, and in the Indian what's that called? What is that called? I don't know. Color guard. Yeah, Indian color guard and hookah dance. It's a mix of the two. Regular exercise, says Nick Patel. Is that what that is? That says regular exercise? Yeah. It showed up on my X just now. It's not a dance battle. Yeah, something's going on. I was asking you guys earlier if you guys know what is going on between Pakistan and India. Anybody here familiar with the matter? Looks like we might be getting a move back down here, guys. Could be. Might be worth an opportunity here. It could be a bear trap. I'm probably going to lean towards the side of it probably being a bear trap. I think I'm going to stay away from it. It looks like it might actually pop here, to be honest. We see the delta still looking kind of strong here. Oh, did you guys hear that TopStep wants to become or TopStep is becoming a broker? I think it's confirmed. TopStep is going to be a broker now, so they'll be capitalizing from both ends of the market. They will be making money as a prop firm and then moving you over to their broker. It's pretty interesting, right? Did you guys hear about that? All right, we're getting that smooth, that pretty strong move up here. This could be pretty solid here. Delta looks good. Delta looks pretty good here. Yeah, they're pushing. Looks like they want to try that 120 level. Okay, that just... Yeah, bulls are coming in strong. Okay. Good move there, bulls. Good move there. That long is looking mighty possible. We could get a pullback first into this level, clean up this candle. This could be a good long if we get a retracement here. We'll see. So Andrew Tate just said that the hottest girls in the world are in Dubai, best tax rates in the world are in Dubai, easiest access to capital, Dubai, highest luxury services globally, Dubai, best education, Dubai, top doctors, Dubai, zero LGBT instantly, Dubai, safest city, Dubai. Any of you guys disagree with that? He's very vocal. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get that move back down. Yeah. All right, nice move, NQ. I wasn't able to catch that. A little suspect about taking it long here. But what it wants, it wants. What the NQ's heart wants, it wants. We cannot stand in the way of the NQ's heart. Oh, look there. Maybe we get a possibility still. Might get a possibility still. Andrew Tate, yeah, he's funny. He shows up on my X feed once in a while. It's just like that. We leave TopStep. He's right. He says Austin. Austin, you been to Dubai? Oh, but there's no religious freedom like that, really. I mean, they say there is, but I don't think there is. And justice for all. You talk about the government, you'll end up in pieces out there. That's from what I've been hearing. Okay. Might still get that opportunity here. All right, 15. Yeah, I just missed that. Maybe we get some support over here, guys. If she wants the support. I don't know if she wants the support. She might sweep. That would be interesting if she did. She could sweep into this area here. This is where the move originated from. So it would make sense for us to sweep into here first. And then go higher, possibly. Nice move, NQ. Nice move, NQ. Torturing souls all over the world with this move. Same age thing. Same age thing. All right, let's see what happens here. All right, we just gave up 130 bucks trying to take that long there. It was worth it because we could possibly have gotten that move back up to the VWAP. It looks like she is, I didn't even get a chance to show you guys, but it looks like she is tapping back into this level here, this level of support. It was a little bit too early to that move, way too early. This could actually be something. We'll see. All right, we're going to try it here. If we get stopped here, then it definitely wants to go to 20K. Definitely would want to go to 20K if we get stopped here. Looks like that is a possibility here. What's up, C? Good morning. Do you have a video about how to prop firms work? I am a newbie trying to learn. I do have a comparison between Apex and TopStep. Why don't you go ahead and watch that one? And that'll give you a really good insight. I explain the differences between the two. So I think that'll give you a very good insight. Antonio says I'm good. He's long here. 148 short. Yeah, I think I might get. I actually think I might get a little bit of a beating here. I might get a little bit of a beating here because I don't like the way it looks on the 1 minute. We might be going down to 20K, to be honest with you guys. Might be going down to 20K. Yeah, I'm gonna get wrecked here. Gonna get wrecked here probably, guys. Sorry to tell you. I think I'm gonna get wrecked. Maybe she might be ripping me here. She might be ripping me here, guys. Oh, man, that was close. That was mighty close. That was mighty close. I don't think she's done ripping faces yet, though. She might not be done ripping faces yet. Oh man, we're about to get stopped here. I wasn't too trusting of this move, so that's why I went to break even here. But yeah, it could be for the best. Could be for the best. Yeah, it looks like we are getting that move down possibly here. Possibly getting that move down. Try to see if we can. I might be wrong here. Let's see. See if we get this nice push here. See if we can get this nice push. Yeah, I think I'm going to move the break even. It looks like she wants to come back higher. Now she's giving some mixed signals here. It looks like she may want to come back higher. She's very manipulative right now. She wants down, then she wants up. She wants down, then she wants up. I'm going to stay out of it for a sec here. I'm going to let her kind of find her level here. I'm going to scale out to the 1 minute here. Oh, it looks pretty good for the short here. Might get a better entry. I'm going to try a better entry there. All right, I'm going to try it here. We tried that again at a better entry. I think now be okay to do this. We'll see. Let's get this clean push, baby. Let's get this clean push. Let's get this clean push. Very nice, very nice. Let's see if we can get this pushed down. Let's get this push here. Come on, girl. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't you start doing that. Don't you start doing that. Oh, Lord. Don't you start doing that now. All right, she's going to come and tap this here. We'll get stopped out here, and then it'll drop. Whatever. That's why I hate trailing stop losses, man. I need just to put the TP in a 1-to-1. Just put the TP on a 1-to-1. That's all you need to do. And then you're good. I hate it. I hate when that happens. Can't stand it. That's why the 1-to-1 is king, man. The 1-to-1 is really king. I'm telling you. 1-to-1 is undefeated. 1-to-1 is undefeated. All right, we'll see what happens here. Might enter the short again. We'll just see if we can get the setup. Yeah, looks like she's going. I think I'm going to try to set up again. All right, we're getting this tap here or break even, one or the other. Oh, come on. Knock it off. All right, man. All right. Chop City. Chop City. I just have to take those profits, man. I have to take them manually. Gotta take them manually. Turbo Skeeter, what are you talking about, brother? Everybody has to copy trade. That's the only way you make money. Main proppers have free competitions every month. You could enroll on that and practice. It's free? Really? That's awesome. 1777 is my TP1, says Austin. That's a long way down. That's a long way down. Austin, you borrowing my Lambo? Make sure you return it full of gas, man. That thing only takes rocket fuel, by the way. Don't be trying to go cheap on regular. Don't be trying to be cheap, man. Yeah, I think we're gonna get this move down here to 20K, but she's not gonna make it easy. We're gonna get this move down to 20K, but she's gonna do a lot of this before actually making the move. I might actually be interested in taking it if she tests this this level again here. I don't know if she will though. You know. Should not have moved my stop to break even. That's something I gotta stop doing. There goes our TP right there. That would have been our nice TP. I was so close, man. I was so close to TP. That's the only reason I put it to break even. It literally stopped like a few ticks before my TP and went right back up. I hate when she does that. It's part of the game. We gotta evolve. Right. There's big sellers here. Big sellers. I have to get that move down. About to get that move down. This was the simplest setup ever. Simplest, and I just could not stay in it because of my lack of conviction. Nice setup right here. Second opportunity right here. And if it wasn't for me and my move to break evens and my search for safety, it would have been fine. Yeah, watch a possible pop here back to 80 if she builds up some strength here. Sellers are pushing this price action down here. You can see the buyers are trying to bring in some offers at this price, and sellers just keep pushing. They haven't given up yet. So we might head up to 80 here. Could head up to 80. Yeah, we might sweep that 80 level. I did try to see the loan there, but my finger slipped, or the mouse slipped off the buy button back here. I took this long and then it jumped really quick. I'm like, oh man, missed it. All right, there we go. We got 80. We got 80. Now, why did I want this long? Because we had the sellers trying to push this price down, and as you can see, the delta was pushing down. But then we got the buyer stepped in here, and they took over, and then we got this huge move here in delta to the upside. We'll probably get a continuation here now at this point. Looks like it's very probable. Very clean moves here, though. Very clean moves. Our one-to-ones would have cleaned up big time here. We could have caught a nice trade here. Got a nice one here if we did just a one-to-one instead of trying to be greedy. Trump's about to talk? Okay. All right, Trump's about to talk, guys. I thought he was going to talk at 10. It's almost 11. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah, for now on, I'm going to use my hotkeys, man. I missed out on that long. All right, looks like we get a pullback here. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. They swept the highs there. Maybe go down to 20,000 now. Maybe they go to 20K now. They got the liquidity. There they go. There they go. Right on time for Trump. Right on time for old McTrumpin. Look at them. This is no longer going to be worth keeping on a chart. This right here is no longer necessary unless we move this over. Looks like this could become resistance on the way back up. We got 20K. Congratulations, guys. If you didn't have a little pansy stop loss here, you probably would have been fine and you would have got this move here. Good job. Anyone who was in that short. That was very technical. That was a very technical short there. That was very, very nice. All they had to do here was sweep the liquidity. That's all they wanted, and then they dropped it like a rock. Makes sense. Makes sense. Why would they take the shortcut to grandma's house? They don't have to do that. They want to take the scenic route. Remember what I said this morning? They don't want to go right to the target. They want to go close to the target, not to grandma's house. Then they want to cut through the woods and go on a bumpy ride, and then they get to grandma's house. That's the way they do it. That's the way the NQ does it. There's no other way. Turbo says my fat finger slipped. Terms about to talk. Oh man, that was a good move down. I was down 1K. Now we're up 170. Beautiful job, Sam B. What made you want to get into that short? You saw them sweep this level. You saw them sweep the level that they were creating here. Very good call, man. Very good call. All right, let's see if old Trumper is talking. Is there a live Trump somewhere?
Now apparently iDubbbz is
Trump live. Close the Globex gap, guys, just now. Yeah, true. Good call, Turbo. We might go to highs now. Is it possible you can increase your microphone smooth? I have my volume up to 100 and your voice is a bit low. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it resets itself. My fault. Input is 100. Testing. All right. Let me see if I can increase the gain here. Is that any better, Turbo? I mean, not Turbo. Was it Sam B? Is that any better? 1, 2, 3. I can hear you clear. Volume's 30 out of 100 right now. We have to go ears checked. Perfect. Okay. I'm glad that's better. You guys can hear Trump right now too, right? I'm assuming.
And it never quite got there. Yeah. It did with this prime minister. So I want to just congratulate.
Well, with this president, this prime minister, we've managed to achieve what many people have tried to achieve for many years.
Trump's voice is a bit low.
And I'm really pleased, and it feels completely historic, and on a special 8-year anniversary as well. So, Donald, thank you so much. It's really good to have got this deal over the line. Tribute to both teams, tribute to our countries, and tribute to your leadership.
Well, it really is a great thing. And you go do your press conference, and I'll see you soon. Maybe speak to you later. But thank you very much. And an incredible thing. I can't tell you that for so many years, even as I sat, everybody talked and talked and talked about a deal with, it just seemed like a natural deal, but it was not done. But now it was done with us. So I feel very proud to have been a part of it. Keir, thank you very much.
Thanks, Donald, and we'll speak again soon.
Very good. So long. Bye. Why don't I do this? Why don't I have our Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick, give a little description of the deal pretty quick, and then the good side, the very nice side, we'll be speaking about it also, maybe, from so you get a pretty equal. I think it's a very, it's just been a deal that was, we thought, very complicated. It became very simple. It's opening up the country that we really didn't have the kind of access to that I would have thought. I was surprised. I think it's why the deal never got done before. It was, you know, they've been working on this deal for 25 years. And we got it done, and we got it done. Really, it's going to be great for both countries. So, Howard, if you could go, and then somebody else, you may have, you'll pick whoever you want who'd like to do it. I have a feeling you're going to do it, right? So you guys go ahead, and then we'll take questions right after that. But I think you'll get a pretty good understanding of how big it is. It's a very large deal, very big deal. And Howard, go ahead.
So the UK is the 6th largest economy in the world and the 4th largest that we export to, right? So it's a huge market, a top 10 market. If you remember Liberation Day, they were at 10% because we have balanced trade with the UK, right? They say they have a surplus, but of course that counts gold bullion, which is, so let's just call it balanced trade. So how do you open up a market in balanced trade? People think it's impossible. They've always thought it was impossible until President Trump came on the scene and changed the way things work. So here's what we've got. We've opened up new market access, ethanol, beef, machinery, all the agricultural products. They've agreed to open their markets, and that will add $5 billion of opportunity to American exporters. So the question is, why would they do that now? Because they've never done it before, and we still have our 10% tariff on, which will produce $6 billion of revenue for the United States. So the idea was, how do they keep their jobs, protect their economy, and do the best for their people while opening the market for us? And the way is they studied it, their team was exceptional, and they tried to figure out the markets that they're importing from other people and try to send them over to America. So why were they always favoring others and not us? And what they've done is they've found the ways to do that so that we have new access, right? But the UK workers are protected, and that was the balance. So we did a deal with them in automobiles, and you know, if you're not building here, we charge you a 25% tariff. But the president, and by the way, I want to make this clear, while Jameson and I worked hard, this was the president's deal, and people think, oh, that's not the way it works. If you got to sit next to him, I have the best deal maker to my left, and if you don't think that we take advantage of him calling the prime minister and getting that deal done, you don't understand who's the president of the United States. So he's the closer. He gets deals done that we could never get done because he understands business, he understands deals, and that's why we're here today. So he agreed they could send 100,000 cars into America and only pay a 10% tariff. And that protects their car industry. And remember, we do 16 million cars a year. So this is only like 0.6%. But for the UK auto people, This is tens of thousands of jobs that the president agreed that he would protect for them, so he made that deal, right? Then steel and aluminum, right? Their steel business has been destroyed like everybody else has been destroyed by people dumping steel into their markets. And British Steel had announced it was closing down. So the British government, as part of this deal, nationalized British Steel, and they're going to match the kinds of models we do. They'll put tariffs on, they'll put quotas on. They want to do it with America so they can be part of the resurgence of steel and aluminum in America, and that saves them, again, thousands and thousands of jobs. So if you go step by step, aero and commercial planes, they sell Rolls-Royce engines to Boeing. We've agreed to let Rolls-Royce engines and those kind of plane parts to come over tariff-free. And what you're going to hear today is there's going to be an announcement in the UK that they are buying $10 billion worth of Boeing planes later today, but I'm going to let the name of the airline announce it because that's theirs to do it. Part of this deal was always to do it together and to do it strong, and you can see the numbers on this board. Everything about this board works exceptionally well for the United States of America. It lays out the plan that you can work with us in autos, you can work with us with aero and commercial, you can work with us in pharmaceuticals if you have a supply chain that is secure and protected in national security. So we feel really good about the deal. You've heard the Prime Minister, he feels really good about the deal, right? And we started at 10% and we ended at 10%, and the market for America is better, and this is a perfect example of why Donald Trump produced Liberation Day. People don't understand he gets things done in a matter of time. This would have taken Jameson and I 3 years, maybe. And instead, we got it done in 45 days, certainly, because we work for Donald Trump. So, Jameson, my partner in all this, maybe Jameson, you'd like to talk a little, and then we'll turn it over to the UK.
Sure, happy to do that. Everyone has great remarks. I just have to echo the President and the Prime Minister when we talk about VE Day. This is something we've been waiting for decades, and there's no more appropriate date to do this. And when we step back and we look back a few weeks from now or months from now or years from now, we're going to look back at this day and better appreciate the significance, I think. And I'll just say as well, in terms of negotiating, I mean, the UK negotiators, you know, we've got one right here, did an incredible job, right? This is why you win wars, right? When you act like this. And the ambassador, he knows more about trade than a lot of us here based on his background. And I would say on this deal, Mr. President, what we've shown is that it is time to change the way we do trade. People said we couldn't do a global tariff, we did a global tariff. They said no one would want to deal with us, people want to deal. They said no one give offers. You saw that stack of offers I showed you yesterday of all those countries. Said we wouldn't get deals, and here we are with the deal with the 6th largest economy. We've agreed to have fair and reciprocal trade, and we've done it in record time.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Great job.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Ambassador, please.
Well, Mr. President, thank you very much indeed in hosting us this morning. And thank you very much indeed also for that very typical 11th hour intervention by you with your phone call to the President, demanding even more out of this deal than any of us expected. So thank you for that. The Prime Minister was delighted, obviously, to take that call late at night. But you took it to another level, and I think the point I would make is twofold. One is that if we're going to rebalance and rebuild international trade in a way that serves all our interests, then we're better doing that together than separately and apart, and that's what we're on a mission to do. But secondly, you've done what you said you would do. You said to the Prime Minister when he came and we visited in the Oval that you would do a good trade deal with the United Kingdom, that you would do it at pace, and that we would be first. And you have delivered that. You know, you've been true to your word. So thank you very much indeed for that. For us, it's not the end. It's it's the end just of the beginning. I mean, there is yet more we can do in reducing tariffs and trade barriers so as to open up our markets to each other even more than we're agreeing to do today. But it also provides us with the platform, the springboard, to do what I think will be even more valuable for both our countries in the future, and that's creating a technology partnership between the United States and the United Kingdom, so that we can harness science and technology in order to create future industries and future jobs, and to do that together in the way we work so closely already in the national security and defense area. We can just take that to yet further areas of science, enterprise, and endeavor. So we're looking forward to doing that in the coming months. You've launched us extremely well today. It just, in my view, as the Prime Minister has said, just shows what two countries who trust each other, who are confident in each other and are familiar with each other can do, not just for ourselves, but for the rest of the world who need to benefit from a bigger and better international trading system.
Thank you very much. It was beautifully stated. What a beautiful accent, too. I'd like to have that accent. Thank you.
My mother would be proud.
Thank you very much. Any questions?
James Mathis from Sky News.
Yes.
Can I ask, why
All right, so we're getting that move back up, guys, here. I'd say it's pretty strong here. It's looking pretty strong here. I was going to wait for this conference to be over, but it looks like the market is just taking off. Very great indications here. Bears tried to absorb this area. Buyers came in with a vengeance here, pushing this price up. Why is this level here at 90?
I think that it's a great deal for
That is
both
a,
parties. It's for us.
Liquidity
we're
zone here.
Opened
And
up.
probably targeted
I
where it wants
didn't
to
know
go
how
in the short
close it
term.
was. Quite closed, the market, as you know. The UK.
We could get a drop
and,
before that.
It opens up a tremendous
Opportunity
market
to
for
maybe
us.
get in
and,
there.
it works out
Into
very
a
well.
long.
Very well. And a lot of assets. You see the chart, and those are tremendous assets. But we've been trying, and when you say why us, meaning your country, we've been trying for years, and they've been trying for years to make a deal, including when I was in the, first term. It would always be people talking, but they weren't getting it done. But for 25 years before that, they were trying always to make a deal, a very significant deal. I actually, until I looked at the numbers,
Easy
I didn't
markets, I've
realize
never
this
heard
is
them,
a
Ms.
very,
Sweeney. Up 2,000 on
deal,
Trump
but
coin.
we think
Beautiful,
we can grow it
Vegas.
even from that. But this is a maxed out
You're the only one
deal,
I know
not like
that's up.
you said it. You said it really incorrectly. This is a maxed out deal that we're going to make bigger, and we make it bigger through growth. But we have tremendous assets involved. I was surprised to see how big your country is in trade. Actually, one of the biggest in technology and so many other things. It's agriculture. I really didn't know. It's depending on your definition, it's from 4 to 5 to 6. That's pretty big in the world. So I was very impressed by that. But we're going to take it to new levels. It's a very big deal right now, but I think it is going to grow just of its own volition. It's going to grow, and over time there'll be changes made. There'll be adjustments made because we're flexible.
My
We'll
average
see
on Trump
things
coin
that
is $9.
We can do even better.
You must have been a
But
sniper.
it's very
When
conclusive,
Marty
and we
gives some
think
nice,
everyone's going to
clear
be happy.
opportunities,
And
the
the
platform
people
stuck.
of your country are going to be very impressed with
Yeah, I wouldn't be using them.
the result, and they'll
If
be
that's
able
what
to buy
happens, I
from
would
more
not use
people.
them.
They'll be able to price things differently. They'll be able to get some products that aren't available to them now that we make better than anybody in the world.
I bought when Trump
And
said
it's
buy.
just something that it's a great thing that it
Oh, you
came
mean when he
together.
tweeted?
It's,
When he put it on
so
Truth Social?
nice because we have many countries want to make a deal, and many countries are very unhappy that we happen to choose this one, to be honest with you. But it's a long time, our oldest ally,
So she might pop
just
here.
about.
She might
Just a
wanna pop
couple of
here.
people claim that too.
So
but,
I think I
let's
missed
put
it.
it right at the top.
I'm hearing we
I think it's going to be
agree not
something very
to raise
special
tariffs past
for
10%.
UK and special for the United States.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna-
Yeah, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Reagan Reese with the Daily Caller. How close are you to more deals, and when do you expect the next to be announced?
Well, very close. We have numerous deals. I know Howard's going back. As soon as this is finished, your press conference, he's got numerous. And Scott, who's right over here, who's fantastic, by the way. You were great on television this morning. I watched you. That was very good. He gave them a little lesson in the world and economics. But Scott's going to be going to Switzerland, meeting with China. And, they very much want to make a deal. we can all play games. Who made the first call? Who didn't make it doesn't matter. It only matters what happens in that room. But I will tell you that China very much wants to make a deal. We'll see how that works out. Every country throughout the
China wants
last
to make a
40,
deal.
50 years has literally ripped off the United States on trade, on military, on protection, on all the different things. And we are now making fair deals. And in this case, it's great because we really weren't very much involved. You have the European Union, which is, I think you made the right decision years ago. I don't know if you remember, I was opening up Turnberry the day that you were voting. And they asked me, would it happen or would it not happen? I said, no, I think they're going to go their own separate way. I think it's better for them. And they did. I think it's going to end up being a very smart decision. But a big part of that decision was always that you'd be able to make a deal with the United States. And they were unable to do that. But now they made it. And it's a tremendous, it's very important. That was always a big part of your decision on Brexit. And they were never able to make that deal. It was a tough one. And this one it's amazing with time. This one just went very smoothly, went quickly and smoothly, and a lot of common sense, as I like to say. It's tremendous common sense, but it's going to make your country much bigger in terms of trade, and it's going to make our country much bigger in terms of trade, too. Yes, sir. Okay, go ahead, behind you.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll get you.
You mentioned the
You're with who?
the BBC.
Oh, good, very nice. They treat me beautifully.
You mentioned the feedback before. The UK
Gnosis JK. Yeah, I'm trading today. I have we're up a bit.
Are you calling on the UK to accept all
We're up 357 plus 48.
Well, I think they'll
We're up
take
about
what they want.
400 in
We
our
have
live
plenty
account.
of it. We have every
In
type. We have every
live
classification
accounts.
you can have.
I mean,
As you know, Bobby
funded
Kennedy
stock.
is doing a tremendous job, and he's, I think, probably heading toward your system with no chemical, no this, no that. I think we're heading that way. It seems to be.
I'm just looking for the right
And,
entry right here.
But we have that also. So
Plus,
we have
Trump is talking right now, so I'm
very
not
big
like
country.
I'm
We have a lot
not
of beef.
eager to get into
We're
a
a
trade
very
unless I
big
see
country, so
something. I missed a
it'll be
long here.
great. Yes.
I saw it
Yes.
developing and I missed
Yes.
it.
Let's talk about American beef really quickly, and it can't be understated. I'm
I
Brooke
said to you
Rollins,
guys,
by the way,
she's about to pop.
how important this deal is
didn't
and
take
what
it.
this means to American farmers and ranchers. Specific to the beef, this is going to exponentially increase our beef exports. And to be very clear, American beef is the safest, the best quality, and the crown jewel of American agriculture for the world. So I think a
missed
really
the long
important
on the
part of
bottom.
this deal isn't just the ethanol reducing of tariffs from
There'll be good
19 to
trades
0,
coming up.
which for our row croppers is a huge deal, but also for beef. And as we move forward, I know our incredible trade team is looking at all of the meats, all of the produce, really all of our agriculture exports. And I don't know if there's an industry that has been treated more unfairly and has suffered more than our agriculture industry. So we look forward to, I'll be in the UK on Monday, talking to my counterpart over there for next week, and look forward to moving that out across the country. The president is
I
an
think
incredible
we can
defender
say
of
that we
America.
have the best in the world, best tractors, the best everything in the world, and they say that our agriculture is, second to none. You understand, and it'll be a great asset. People are going to be able to have options, choice, and they'll have more of it, and that usually means lower prices. How about we'll do you and then you? Go ahead.
Question for the client.
A great job shorting it to the bottom, brother. That was a really nice trade.
So congratulations for the deal. We see a big revenues from the chart. But what's the rest of Europe? It's a victory day, but other European countries, it seems like
Well,
they're losing
we
the trade.
intend to make a deal with Europe. We have found that the European Union treated us extremely unfairly, very difficult, and hurt themselves in doing so. And they very much want to make a deal. We'll be dealing with them. We are dealing with them currently. So that'll cover pretty much the rest of it. But this was separate because of Brexit in particular. This was a separate deal. It always seems so natural. I mean, all the media would say that this seemed to be like, why did this happen 25 years? Why didn't it happen a long time ago? And it was always amazing to me. Somebody would say, hey, we got to make a deal. We have to make a deal. But this deal just fell into place. The Prime Minister did a fantastic
Watch out with the
job.
VWAP at 111.
His representatives are
Antonio,
total
be careful with the
professionals, and they
VWAP
got
at
along
111.
well. And it just seemed to work. And I think one of the reasons it did is because we blew up the whole system. If we would have just been dealing with you separately or you know, country by country. We blew up the whole system. It was very fair to the very unfair to the United States. And I think because of that, this worked out so
No worries, Antonio.
nicely. And I'm honored that it was the first deal. Please.
Sir, you mentioned
Well, why don't you go in the back, yes.
Oh, thanks, sir. I'm with the London Times. I'd say this is a great day for James Bond because now Aston Martins will be available to American buyers. Will it be even better by extending it to film? You've talked about a big tariff on films, and we'd like to know if there'd be relief on British.
Well, we're going to have a discussion on that separately. And as you know, we're putting tariffs on that particular film, he said, the movie makers. And we're going to be doing some tariffs to get them because a lot of them have left this country. They all live here. The money comes from here. Everything comes from here, but they make them in other countries. So we're going to do something to bring them back, maybe to a large extent. But James Bond has nothing to worry about that, I can tell you. James Bond. And you know, Sean Connery was a friend of mine. Sean Connery was responsible for my getting zoning in Aberdeen. He said, let the bloody bloke build his golf courses. And, you know, I was like 4 years into the process, and it was impossible in Aberdeen. And I don't know, he just stood up one day and he said that. As soon as he said that, I got the approvals in about 2 minutes. So he was a great guy, Sean Connery, and great character.
Later in the year?
Say it?
Are you going to Scotland and to
Yeah, I will be, sure. It's great. We have a lot of investment over there. We have Turnberry, Aberdeen. We have, as you know, in Doonbeg in Ireland, right on the ocean. They're all in the ocean. I only have interest if they're on
Sorry,
the ocean.
Antonio.
And we have good investments over there. It's been beautiful. Yes?
Mr. President, if the talks go well this weekend between Secretary Bessent and Ambassador Greer with their Chinese counterparts, not preemptively, but if the talks go well, would you then consider lowering the tariff rate on China?
Well, it could be. I mean, we're going to see. Right now, you can't get any higher. It's at 145, so we know it's coming down. I think we're going to have a very good relationship. You know, I always got along very well with President Xi. That relationship was greatly disturbed by COVID, when COVID came in. But we get along very well now. I mean, the relationship was hurt with a lot of people, a lot of countries when COVID came in. But I think we're going to have a very good relationship. I expect to have a very good relationship with China, Scott. I think it's a very friendly meeting. They look forward to doing it in an elegant way. China, as you know, has a tremendous trade surplus with us, and we can't.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like thank you, like Sean Connery.
But I think it's going to be very good for
that
both
Sean Connery
countries.
news.
I would like to
definitely
see
a market
China
mover.
opened. You know, one
Let
of
the
the
bloody
big
bloke
things
build
here
his
is,
golf course.
and nobody would know this, but the UK was
Yes,
largely
golf courses.
closed. It was very much closed to trade, and now it's opened. And a lot of the financial reporters are very happy
Golf
about
course
that
is
because
great again.
so much. I listened to them. Well, I hope they get countries opened up, and then you compete on a fair basis. But you can't compete when you're not allowed to go there. China would be the #1 example of that. You know, it's very closed. We almost had it last time before COVID, and that didn't work out. But we made a great deal with China. They had to buy $50 billion worth of our food products, and it was a great deal, doing very well for our farmers. And then when Biden came in, as usual, nothing happened. You know, he didn't enforce it, and it got less, and ultimately, you know, destroyed a great deal. That was a great deal. But no, I think that we're going to have a good weekend with China. I think they have a lot to gain. I do think they have far more to gain than we do in a sense, but we're going to have I think we're going to have a very good weekend.
Will you speak to Xi after the weekend talks?
I might, yeah, sure, depending on what Scott says. We Scott is doing certain countries, and Howard's doing certain countries. I mean, I wish I had like 10 more of each. Then we could do them all at one time. But there will be a time, we'll do a number of them, and then there'll be a time, I think I can say to Scott and Howard, where we're just going to say, because we understand the countries, we understand what they want, where we're just going to make the deal. In other words, we don't need the country involvement because we've already had it. And we'll say this particular country, which had big surpluses, let's say, we had therefore deficits, that this particular country is going to pay a 25% tariff or a 30% or a 50% or 10% or whatever it may be. I think we should explain it now. One of the things we did here that we'll rarely do is on cars, we took it from 25 to 10 on Rolls-Royce because Rolls-Royce is not going to be built here. I wouldn't even ask them to do that. You know, it's a very special car, and it's a very limited number too. It's not, you know, one of the monster car companies that makes millions of cars. They make a very small number of cars that are super luxury, and that includes Bentley and Jaguar. So we have some very special cars. So in order to help that industry, and that's really, you know, handmade stuff, and they've been doing it for a long time in the same location. And I said, yeah, that would be good. Let's help them out with that one. But that's different than a car company that comes out and makes millions of cars, which they'll be doing in our country. They're going to build, we have many factories, car plants being built or going to be built very soon. I think we can say that we'll be close to $10 trillion of investment. I think we're actually at that number now if you add up some of the ones we haven't heard about yet. I mean, we have some going up right now. They have plants going up, and they haven't even spoken to us. They're doing it because of the tariffs. And tariffs have always been used against us, and I never understood. I used to sit back. As you know, China paid hundreds of billions of dollars in tariff when I was president. But until then, China never paid anything. And, you know, they really did a big number on us from the standpoint of trade. But we are using tariffs now for our benefit. And
that was a good
we have
move.
now
We're up 645.
close to $10 trillion. Think of that, 10
Sorry,
trillion.
Antonio.
If you look at the past administration,
I didn't know this is
and we're
gonna
talking about over, essentially 2 months, because
they want a
you
short
could say
squeeze,
3,
yeah.
but
Big short
it took a
squeeze.
little while to get the office in perfect
Big
shape.
short
Right?
squeeze.
It took a little while to get things done, but once we
just
started, when you think of that, close to $10 trillion of investment, you've had years where the United States wouldn't do that wouldn't do 1 trillion in a year, wouldn't do anywhere near 1 trillion. We did 10 trillion in 2 months. So it's amazing what's happening. We're getting calls from, and that has to do with chips, has to do with cars. We used to make chips. We had Intel, and we used to make chips. We had a monopoly on chips. Everything was made here. And now, over a period of years, because of presidents that didn't know what they were doing, they allowed that business to be stolen from us. Most of it moved to Taiwan. And you probably were in the same position, right? Because you had a lot of the chip-making capacity, but they moved it in. And if we would have said, that's fine, if you want to move it to Taiwan, that's good. But if you want to sell back into the United States, we're going to put a 50% or 100% tariff on. They would have never left. But we had people sitting here that didn't understand that, and it's too bad. But now they're coming back because I'm saying it about 40 years too late. But they're coming back. As you know, we have the biggest chip makers in the world spending, in one case, $300 billion, in one case, $500 billion. Same as Apple, and in another case, $200 billion, and we're going to have a large share, very, very substantial share of the chip-making market.
You said that this weekend is going to be a friendly visit, but do you expect that it will just be a formality to break the ice, or are they going to get into substantive negotiations?
I believe so, yes. I believe it's substantive, yes. I think people like to say, yes, we're having a meeting to meet. Well, we're meeting, so what are we going to do? Talk about meeting again? I think it's going to be substantive. I think we can say that, right, Scott? Very substantive. Now, China wants to do something. And look, they have to at this point. You know, essentially, they made $1 trillion a year, and now they have absolutely, you know, no business because of the tariffs. They have no business. And they want to have business, and we want them to have business. We want them to do well. We want them to do very well. So I think it's going to be very substantive.
Because business has slowed down, as you mentioned. We're seeing,
China.
But we're seeing as a result, the ports here in the U.S., the traffic has really slowed, and now thousands of dock workers and truck drivers are worried about their jobs.
That means we lose less money. You know, when I see that, that means we lose less money. Look, China was making over $1 trillion, 1.1 trillion, in my opinion. You know, different numbers from 500 billion to a trillion or $1 trillion. Well, I think it was 1.1 trillion. And frankly, if we didn't do business, we would have been better off.
Low-key vertical.
You understand that? So when you say it slowed down, that's a good thing, not a bad thing. But we're going to make it so they can, I'd like to say they can do better, actually, in terms of the bottom line. We'd like to see China opened up so we can compete in China and, you know, give people something that they've never had, you know, access to something. That'd be great for the world. It would be great for our businesses. And I think it would be great for friendship. I really expect a lot of people think I'm a militant guy. I'm really not. I think that trade can bring a greater friendship with China, can be something good. But, you know, one of the things that I know Scott's going to be talking about very high on the list is open up and let our businesses go into China, because when you talk about a closed country, that's a really closed country. And I think it would be great if it was opened up, give people a lot of choice, and would create a lot of jobs, a lot of everything. So I think it would be a great thing for China. And that's going to be one of the things we'll be discussing, like we discussed with UK. Yeah, please.
So what does Britain have to do for you to drop the baseline 10% tariff that you're maintaining?
Well, I think that's set because that has to do with a lot of different things, including past. You know, there are a lot of past things that we talk. This is very inclusive. We included everything, and that's pretty well set. Yeah, please.
Yeah, Mr. President, the 10% baseline tariff remaining in place, is that a template for these future trade deals?
No.
You're going to keep it here?
No.
Is it going to stay in every case?
No, that's a low number. They made a good deal. Some will be much higher because they have massive trade surpluses, and you know, in many cases they didn't treat us right. One thing with UK, they had it, you know, somewhat closed, not like a China as an example, but they always treated us with great respect.
So
they treated us with great respect. The template of 10 is probably the lowest end, and therefore they, you know, made that deal. But they, you know, we've had just a very special relationship with them. Like, I won't do that deal with cars. I mean, unless somebody shows me that there's another kind of a car that's comparable to a Rolls Royce, and there aren't too many. This is a good commercial for Rolls Royce. They're going to order a lot of cars.
Mr. President, I wonder whether you'd like to buy.
I mean, well, the last time this happened,
I would be happy to suggest a discount, obviously a very modest discount. We have to protect our profit margins.
I've had many of them, actually. You know, the last time that happened, I ended up buying a Tesla. You know. Go ahead.
Thank you. Mary Margaret Ollingham with Daily Wire. I had a question about the UK deal today. I heard there was talk that part of the agreement would depend on whether the UK would respect free speech and freedom of religion. I know the VP is really interested in that, talked about that earlier this year. Was there any assurances that you guys got on that front?
You want to handle that?
Yeah, that was not part of the conversation. Our conversation was an economic conversation from start to finish, closed by the president yesterday. This was a business deal, open their markets, and also protect their workers, grow our markets, and help our workers.
This was about business religion. You know, business is sort of a semi-religion, but not nearly as important. I don't want to get myself into Go ahead, please. In the back. Go ahead.
Mr. President, will you be asking China to help you close, the gap between Ukraine and Russia?
I think so, yeah. I think it's a natural thing to ask.
What do you expect?
Sure. I don't know. I think we're making good progress. Fighting is a little bit different than it was. I think if we weren't involved, Russia would be, going at it to maybe get the whole thing. And without our involvement, they'd be able to get it, because we supplied a lot of different things, foolishly. But we've been sort of paid back by doing the rare earth deal that I talked about before. I think that, I think that we will be very much involved in trying to get that bloodbath. It's a bloodbath. It's a horrible situation. 5,000, it's really more than that. But it's 5,000 soldiers on average a week, mostly soldiers, are being killed. Young, beautiful people. I mean, they're being killed. I see the satellite pictures coming back, body parts lying all over fields, heads and arms. It's so terrible. I've never seen anything like it, actually. And if we can get that stopped, that will be a great accomplishment. And we're trying very hard, and I think we're close. And Mr. Witkoff is talking constantly back and forth. He's a real professional who's got a great relationship with both countries. And I think we have a good chance. And likewise, we're trying to work on Iran to get that solved without having to get into any bombing, as we say, big bombing. I don't want to do that. I want them to work a deal. I want them to be very successful.
President Edward Lawrence from Fox Business.
Yes.
On the non-market barriers, how did you get the UK to bend, and what was the 11th hour deal or ask?
Well, I think it was really just a part of the overall. I mean, they have so many things that are so good for them. It's going to be so good for the country. And that was sort of easy. It wasn't, We had
If it gets back
non-market, I
into
call it
this
non-market
240,
or
well,
non-monetary
that's what my
trade
chart looks
barriers.
like.
And we had quite a few of them, not nearly as bad as some countries. Some countries have, they have virtually no tariff, but the rest of it is so brutal you can't do business with them, right? So it's a very important question, actually. No, I think the overall deal just worked out very well from their standpoint. They were willing to give that in order to get other things, and you might want to speak to that, Mr. Ambassador.
Look, the point about the deal is that we will continue reducing tariffs and non-tariff barriers. This is a continuing picture. It's a movie. It's not a still picture here. It's a movie.
Yeah.
It continues. And we're both committed to freeing up trade between our countries. We're both committed to freeing up investment between our countries. And the point about this deal is that it provides a very good template and a very good launch pad for what we can continue to do and build on in the future. And that's what we're both determined to do.
Many of the, well, wait, can I say?
That's between us.
Many of the, we'll keep it confidential. Yeah, how about just one more little thing, right? It got the deal closed, and it was handled very well from the other side, too. But many of these things that we're talking about, we've been talking about this for 25 years. It's hard to explain when, if you weren't sitting behind this beautiful Resolute desk, you just wouldn't get it. I have been hearing about making a deal with UK for 25 years. And especially around the time of Brexit. They wanted to make a deal, so they came out of Brexit and they make a deal, and how natural. And it just couldn't be done. It couldn't be done. Good people. And this is a bigger deal. This is a much bigger, better, stronger deal for both of us than we ever even contemplated before. It's a big deal.
Virtually everyone said that it would end in failure, it would end in tears, and it's ended in exactly the opposite.
Yeah.
But, Mr. President, can I say that that is due to Secretary Lutnick and Ambassador Greer, who've been absolutely fantastic. But
right.
Yesterday I received a call, a very diplomatic call that just edged things over the line, and that was from your new ambassador in the United Kingdom.
Who is terrific. Right?
Warren Stevens, he's here.
Where is Warren?
Right here.
Hello, Warren.
He's flying to London tomorrow night. He's going to be very confident in this issue. He's going to be a very successful ambassador.
Oh, she's so fantastic. She's so fantastic. I hope we're going to make it. Yeah, the answer is yes. I saw her a few years ago. And I think that we'll definitely make it. The European Union is a big thing. They want to make a deal very badly. Everybody wants to make a deal. Look, everybody wants to make a deal with the United States. So we're doing that. And we're going to make fair deals. I'm just honored that this was the first one. Go ahead. I could call him for me, but it's like talking to a wall. You should be, well, the Bank of England cut, China cut, everybody's cutting with him. I don't know, we'll see what happens. It's a shame. I call him too late, too late, Powell, that's his nickname. And it's a shame, it's ridiculous. So, meaning, he's always too late. But in this case, it's not going to matter that much because our country is so strong. We're so powerful in terms of economic strength and what we've done. And I'll tell you what, if we didn't have our first term, you wouldn't be. We created things in the first term. We cut more regulations than any president in history. We cut the taxes more than anybody in history. And a very big factor is going to be the tax bill that we have right now, the one big beautiful bill, as we call it, which is all-encompassing, the biggest tax cuts ever in history. Bigger than even the first time, and the incentives, even great for the UK because it'll make us so strong that we're going to be doing more business with you. It's a very important element for taxes, for every aspect, regulation cuts. That bill is, I believe it's the biggest bill of its kind ever in the history of this country. And Speaker Johnson and Leader Thune have done an incredible job. I mean, I'll let you know, we have to get a vote, but we have a lot of support for that bill. And if that happens on top of all of these trade deals that we're doing, this country will hit a point that you better go out and buy stock now. Let me tell you, this country will be like a rocket ship that goes
stock,
straight
baby.
up. This is going to be numbers that
Connery.
nobody's ever seen before. That's a very important element of all of this. You know, we get that. If you don't, and the Democrats are fighting it only because they want to fight. They have Trump derangement syndrome. You know, if it was somebody else, they wouldn't fight. If you had a normal person, if you had some stiff sitting behind you, they'd be fine. But they have Trump derangement syndrome. You know, Senator Schumer's become a Palestinian.
Yes, baby.
Welcome. I don't know when they're going to give him the ceremony, whatever the ceremony may be. It's terrible what's happened to the Democrats. So, very, very important element of everything, of what we're doing.
TDS.
Unrelated to today, but related in the sense that we'll do, if that passes, we'll do even more business with the UK. We'll have so much. It's the biggest tax cut in history. It's going to make our country zoom. It's going to be incentive, as you know, with the deduction for, basically for work. You work, you build, you plant, etc. Deduction. It's going to be the biggest, it's the biggest bill of its kind ever passed, maybe the biggest bill ever passed. That's why we call it the one big.
BTC moving towards 107.
You just announced your new nominee for the U.S. Surgeon General.
Gold is going down.
Never finished her residency.
BTC's at 101.
Yikes. So can you explain why you picked her to
Well,
be
she's
America's top doctor?
because Bobby thought she was fantastic. She's highly, she's a brilliant woman who went through Stanford, and as I understand it, she basically wanted to be an academic as opposed to a surgeon.
Bitcoin is
I think she graduated first in her class at Stanford, and Bobby really thought she was great. I don't know her. I listened to the recommendation of Bobby. I met her yesterday and once before. She's a very outstanding person, a great academic, actually. So I think she'll be great.
Your nominee for U.S. Attorney of D.C. Do you have a backup plan if this Senate?
Oh, I do, yeah, but he's a terrific person, and he wasn't getting the support from people that I thought. You know, he's done a very good job. Crime is down 25% in D.C. During his period of time. I'm very disappointed in that. But I have so many different things that I'm doing now with the trade. You know, I'm one person. I can only I can only lift that little phone so many times in a day. But we have somebody else that will be great. I just want to say Ed is unbelievable, and hopefully we can bring him into, whether it's DOJ or whatever.
For sure.
In some capacity, because really outstanding. It was
crazy.
To me, it was disappointing. I'll be honest.
Sean Connery really moved the market.
I was disappointed. A lot of people were disappointed. But that's the way it works sometimes. You know, that's the way it works. And he wasn't rejected, but we felt it would be hard. And we have somebody else that we'll be announcing over the next 2 days who's going to be great.
With companies like Ford and Intel recently saying they're going to raise prices on certain products, how long do you think the American public is going to be patient and wait for you?
Well, I think they're saying that just to try and negotiate deals with me. Okay? They're not. Look, tariffs are the most misunderstood thing maybe in any form of business, anywhere in business. Oftentimes the country picks them up. Oftentimes the company picks it up. The people don't pick it up. Okay, the people don't pick it up. And if Ford did that, they wouldn't sell any cars. And if Mattel, I don't know, I'm not so sure. They also said, they're the only country I've heard, they said, well, we're going to go counter. We're going to try going someplace else. That's okay. Let him go, and we'll put 100% tariff on his toys, and he won't sell one toy in the United States, and that's their biggest market. I heard that. I mean, I watched this guy talking about how I'm going to go counter. I said, well, I wouldn't want to have him as an executive too long. The Ford people I know very well. What they're doing is negotiating with us by saying that. But we don't think that's going to happen. Look, I put out a truth today, and it said that gas is down, gasoline is down, energy is down, groceries are down, eggs are down. I mean, eggs, thank you very much, but eggs are down. When I came in the first week, you guys hit me with eggs. I said, what the hell happened with eggs? eggs were up like 170% and going up, and they said don't order any for Easter. And we were thinking about ordering plastic eggs like everybody was doing.
But they come from China.
Brooke did a fantastic job, agriculture. Brooke did a fantastic job, and we had hundreds of thousands of eggs out here on the lawn just 2 weeks ago at Easter. But you take a look at the cost. Energy's down. Even interest rates are down. Now, if the chairman of the Fed, Jerome,
Nice,
if he
Antonio.
would
Beautiful,
lower
brother.
interest rates like China did, like I think UK did, but like numerous other countries have
You
done,
know, if I should get
it's
out
like
with
jet fuel, it'd be
profit or
great.
hold to the moon.
But he doesn't want to do
can't
it.
answer that
I
for
think
you, brother,
he
but
doesn't want to do it.
I know
Probably
you
he's
make the right
not.
decision. Good job,
He's
man.
not in love with me. I think that's right. It's sort of a crazy reason, but that's the way life is. Anybody in his position would be like, it would be like jet fuel. But even without that, we're doing well. But remember this, you know, I've watched you people reporting over the last few months that if we do this, you know, prices are going to go through. Well, groceries are down. All of this stuff is down. Lumber is down. Oil is gone to, I mean, we have that thing broke 60, right? $60 a barrel. And $1.98, $1.99 in some cases. And heading in that direction. No, I think it's been amazing, actually. You know, and what that's good for, it gives the consumer more money, and it gives them a better life, because we just came out of the worst inflation, in my opinion, in the history of our country. They say 48 years. But Biden really screwed it up. He screwed up energy, and he spent too much money. He was spending it on, you know, Green New Scam. And that's like throwing the money. See that beautiful window behind? Take money, throw it right out that window, because it's the same thing. He spent $10 trillion. He wasted it. Not only was it bad, it was a negative. It wasn't even like it helped a little bit. It was a real negative. And then on top of it, they let 21 million people into our country without any identification, anything. Just let them in. It's very, very sad. Well, we'll do one or two more. Go ahead. Who are you with?
I'm with the Daily Telegraph. You know me from another.
I did.
How concerned are you about the UK's reliance on China? Chinese money in the money markets, Chinese exports.
We're not concerned.
Is that something that came up in discussions?
I'm not concerned about anything. If I was, I wouldn't even be here right now. If I was concerned about anything, and it wouldn't be that, but I wouldn't be here right now. No, we're not concerned. We're going to have, I believe, a very good relationship with China, and a fair relationship, and it'll get bigger and it'll grow. It'll grow. As an example, if they open up the country, that'll be the best thing China ever did for itself. They don't know that yet because, you know, it's been a different system, but that'll be the greatest thing that ever happened to China. The people will be happy. They'll buy for less. They'll see things that they never saw before, and they'll be buying them. And it'll really create great long-term peace.
I would just say that it's very clear, and we have in the message terms that we are going to discuss all these types of issues, and obviously the importing country, whether it's us or them, you know, follow the rules on those types of things. But our point is the rules need to make sure that they are based on science, and that's our expectation. We know the UK believes that too, so when it comes to accommodation, we want the consumers in each country to be able to choose what they want.
We have an incredible EPA led by Administrator Zeldin that is on this. So the talks continue, but we are very, very confident in our products, and with the president
great
to
product.
open other markets is unprecedented for these farmers here.
Wall Street as they watched this. I mean, you saw the stock market decline sharply after Liberation Day, and it's rallied back since then.
Well, now it's going to really rally, because, you know, don't forget, they said this is all a pipe dream. And this is a tough one. This is, somebody would say, well, this is easy. This is much tougher, I think, than any other deal, because they've been at it for so many years, decades, trying to make this deal. And it's very conclusive, and it's a great deal, and it's a very big deal, actually.
I'm trying to
And
hold
no,
for
this is just the
57.50
beginning.
on
We're
the
going to be having conferences.
How you doing, Gunk?
Or at some point, we won't have we just put out a statement that we just signed this country, that country. And after a number of these are done, nobody has enough people to do it. We're just going to put out X country is going to pay this, and if they open up, they're going to do this and that, and they're going to be open up. Everybody wants to be here. You know, I say this is where they want to be shopping. They want to shop in this country because we have the consumer, and we have the consumer like nobody else. And you know, if this country went bad, the whole world would go bad. But we really saved it from going bad. Yeah, please.
No, can I ask you about the air traffic control issue? Are you looking at getting new software?
I'm glad you asked me about it because I'm just going to be talking to now with the heads of the airlines and everything else. So I was all set before we had the rigged election to give out a brand new gorgeous system to one company that was going to do the whole thing, one of the best companies in the world that you know very well. You know, there are 3 or 4 of them that do it. And when they took over, Buttigieg, who has no clue, you know, he drives to work on his bicycle with his in all fairness, with his husband on the back, which is a nice loving relationship.
He's undefeated.
He didn't have
Trump
a clue.
is undefeated,
This
bro.
guy
I don't care what you
didn't
guys
have a
say.
clue. And he's actually a contender for president. Between him and Crockett,
Oh
he
my
can
God.
have that party. But he didn't know what he was doing, and he took what they call dry systems.
His husband on
where
the
you have
back of
wires
the bicycle.
in the earth, buried in the earth, or whatever. And then you have the open air systems where you have satellites, and you can't mesh them. Anybody would know that if you went through about 2 months of study in school. If you studied that
You
kind
done
of
for the
thing.
day? Take
And
care, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
They spent tens of billions of dollars
Trump's undefeated.
trying to take old, broken equipment and merging it into existing new equipment with brand new equipment. It's one of the greatest. They spent like $40 billion. And what they did is they made it worse because it doesn't work together. You can't make it work together. If you have a satellite system, you need satellite. If you don't, they had all these different technologies, some of them 50 years old, and they're trying to mesh them in. And they end up spending twice the money they should have. You could have bought a whole new system. So we have a very good guy who you all know, Sean Duffy, is head of transportation. And I've given him a 10-minute lesson in buying, and he's become really good. And we are now in the market to buy a gorgeous, brand new system. The helicopter that crashed into the plane at 400 feet, it shouldn't have been. What would have happened is all sorts of bells and sirens would have been going off 3 minutes before that accident happened, if you had the right equipment. They did. And the new equipment is unbelievable what it does. You can have, you don't even, well, I was going to say something, but you always, in my opinion, you always need pilots. I want pilots. But you wouldn't even have to have pilots. This system is so incredible what they can do. But we have a system that's obsolete. And what they did is the worst. They tried to combine the really old, broken stuff with the new stuff. And you can't combine it, and anybody should have known. So Biden, you think Biden figured this out? I don't think so, fellas.
Booty judge. Good job, Bill. There's never been another politician like Trump in the way he talks. No, never. Hilarious, man. He's hilarious.
I'll give you an example. When my pilot, now I have military pilots, but prior to that, I have very good pilots, great pilots. They would land, and I won't tell you which country, but they would use the system of another country. They wouldn't even use the system of the United States. So if I'm landing in New York or Florida or Tennessee, they're using a system from another country. I said, why is that? And they were, you know, they're not into business, but they're just saying, our system doesn't work, sir. And I said, boy, that's pretty sad. But we were all set to give it out to, you know, look, you have a Raytheon and you have different companies like that, numerous companies. And you have companies that would do it, like an IBM, as an example. And you give out one deal, one contract. They gave out hundreds of contractors. They had diggers. They had non-diggers. They had people that focused on satellites. They had hundreds of different contracts. One contract where one guy is controlling everything. You need a trench, then they dig a trench. But if you don't dig the trench, they don't blame you. What happens is you don't dig it, then they say, we want a cost overrun. Now, we have it all set, and we're going to be doing it. We would have done it, except that the election took a little strange turn. But the second one didn't. That was too big to rig. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Please keep moving.
That was the news conference from Donald Trump on what he's calling victory. Good to see you.
right, guys, the booty judge news might crash the market. That's just the way cookie crumbles sometimes. It might just crash markets. All right, watch this level here. They absorb this move higher. So if this gets retested, this could be a good place to go long if it doesn't just pop now. It might just pop now. Going back to Tradeify after using Project X, oh man, it sucks. Sorry to say, but it does suck. It sucks pretty bad. You can't move the break even automatically. You can't. Yeah, it sucks. Project X is so much better, man. Yeah, guys, what do you think of that? What do you think of Trump's news? I think the thing that stuck out of my mind is about Booty Judge with his bicycle and his husband on the back. Oh my God. Oh man, he's too funny, bro. That man is something else. The man is something else. You made 1,200 while he spoke. Good job, man. Ain't nobody like Trump, man. He can move markets more than Powell. Because Powell spoke yesterday, and we didn't get clean moves like this with Powell, man. We got some dirty moves. Dirty moves, Powell. Powell gave us the dirty moves, guys. Trump gives us nice, clean moves. Nice and predictable. Wild action today. Trump rocks, yeah. On Project X, you can do preset bracket orders with multiple take profits. I don't know. I haven't tried that much. All I know is I can hit my hotkeys. You have your break even so easily. Everything's so easy. Tradeify's so behind, man. And after I used Project X for like the last few weeks, going back to Tradeify, I'm like, oh, I hate this. I hate this. Yeah, I don't like it one bit. All right, we're piercing that overnight high. Coming back down a little bit because of that Booty Judge news. Market doesn't like Booty Judge. They're like, oh, if we get a Booty Judge president, things are going to get really bad around here. Let's take a look at what the market's doing. Market got spooked on Booty Judge. Oh yeah, Booty Judge. We're going to get a pop back into 360s, I'm sure, but not right, it's not going to be a straight line there. It always leaves the last bit. Remember we were going to Grandma's house? I'm like, let's take a detour first, and then we go to Grandma's house. Take a quick detour. All right, let's see what we get here. Maybe pullback. Yeah, maybe. Booty Judge wanted to tax everyone, every mile we drive. Man, he's crazy. He's a crazy Booty Judge. Massive momentum gap up to 2,600. Not sure when, but it will be big when it happens. What's up, Momentum with Jamie? How you doing? Money Genie, what's going on? Laughter. How you doing? I didn't even see you there. Snuck up on me. That was fun. Yes, it was fun. All right, let's see what happens now. Hopefully the market doesn't go to sleep on us. It is about to be lunchtime. Maybe the market will go out to lunch right now. I'm not sure what it will do. I'm not sure what she'll do here. Let's see here. Market's trying to push. Let's see what kind of price action we get here, guys. She may want to try to swing back higher, or she may give it up. We got to be patient. Love the moves. Thanks, Trump, says Sam B. Yeah, that was clean, man. If you couldn't make money in that, then I don't know. That was clean. That was super clean. Could be getting another move down here, guys. We'll see what we get here. Okay. If we break 2342, I will look for longs until 564. Good to know. You'll do better next time. I made a huge mistake trading before news and went down our 1K. I'm sorry to hear you didn't do too well, man. You'll make it back, Money Genie. Just be patient, man. Patience is key. I think we might get a little bit of a pop here. Could be possible. I think we might get a little pop. Take her off there. Looks like the move kind of died there. Move kind of died. You got this, brother. You know, it's rough getting back into the market, Money Genie, after the last few days. The market hasn't really been trading right. So I know a lot of traders are probably having like PTSD or trauma after the last couple of days. I was telling you guys I was feeling that way because the market just wasn't performing correctly the last few days prior to the FOMC. Very low liquidity markets. And, you know, I'm not going to lie, man. I came into the markets today kind of traumatized, yesterday especially, a little traumatized after things were not working out. Today's been a lot better. I learned from the last few days, but I know a lot of you guys out there are probably feeling like the pressure of the last few days and the market not trading right. And I'm not saying everyone. Some of you guys have made some money the last couple of days, but I've seen some very good traders, like solid traders, like big traders who use order flow. Did not do good the last few days. Big red days. Such a strong move up. Seems like we would get at least one fake out before reversal. Could be. Bad days recently, yeah. Novus, it's been rough. Yeah, Antonio said me for sure. The small caps, RTY, and big caps, YM lead the markets higher. Buy stock. Donald wants to make America rich again. That's beautiful. I lost some funded accounts a couple of days ago. Yeah, Gunk, it's been a rough week. You know, if you ever want to take a week on vacation, I said this the other day, choose an FOMC week, especially if you have like FOMC coupled with like a contract rollover. Man, price trades so weird. Trades are very bad on those weeks. Those might be weeks that you may want to just trade paper or trade an eval, a cheap eval. Yeah, that happens to all of us. Money Genie. You tend to not follow your trading plan when you get a little tilt in your head. It's very psychological, man. It's so hard for a whole week, and that's the reason for my bad week. Yeah, man. You learn, man. You live to fight another day. Just don't let it happen again. Because then you're not learning. Guys, let's see if we can get the likes up to 75. You guys are slacking today. Let's get the likes up to 75 and we'll do a 50K eval giveaway. Sorry I couldn't talk to you guys. I wanted to hear what Trump had to say. He did move the markets in a very nice calm manner, man. Very nice, orderly kind of orderly parabolic move there. I guess that's the only way to call it. Barely any pullbacks. Barely any pullbacks at all. But that's what scares me is that we barely had any pullbacks. And the market does not like to leave this many people in profits, man. Market does not enjoy leaving all these guys here in profits. So hopefully you guys have taken some profits because I think the market could probably revisit, some of these lower areas before hitting the target that everyone thinks it's going to hit. You could revisit some of these areas. We got the 50 on the fib right here at the VWAP, so that makes it extra. It makes it extra possible. It's yesterday's high. It's the 50 on the fib, and it's the VWAP. That's very likely. We could also do the 382, and with the 382, we'd clear up these imbalances in here. We could do the golden pocket and then fake everybody out. Everybody who has orders at the VWAP, come in, grab the golden pocket, and then skyrocket back up. All these things can happen, or she could just go. She might just go. These are just, you got to think about everything possible here. You got to think about all these levels and what could happen, and then play out what you think will most likely happen. Minus 300 today. I'm sorry to hear that. Uriah. See, I said it right today. What's up, Corey? I took 2 winning trades on the way up. Beautiful, brother. Couldn't go wrong with those longs. Elite Trader, what's up, man? I mean, she could go up or down. We kind of know that, Uncle. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, she could go up and down. Sometimes sideways, too, like this. She could go that way. The sideways ones is what killed me. That's what killed me, the sideways. Sideways is torturous. Yeah, the ATRs have come down to almost nothing now, guys. Look at these candles. They're tiny. ATRs are tiny. That's what she said. All right, let's go update our stats. And eval. All right, let's see. Let's see what's going on over on Twitter. Let's see what people got to say. See, this is what I'm talking about. Even Rips. I was watching Rips stream. I think this is from yesterday. I think this is Rip's stream from yesterday. Yeah, he got hammered yesterday. Down $137,000 on his on all his fundeds. I don't know if he's clowning or if he's for real, because sometimes he lies. I have lost every single account that I had. This is truly the end for me. Yeah, he's exaggerating a little bit, but he did have a huge red day yesterday. Huge red day. Yeah, he had a huge red day yesterday. He trades off of order flow, and he got hoodwinked yesterday. Just like a lot of other order flow traders have. Yeah, that was pretty rough. I mean, we had some really, you guys feel bad? I mean, look, you lost a couple accounts. My man did one better. He lost every one. Look at this one. Here's another one. Will this get me views? This is from yesterday too. Lost my Apex accounts right after payout. Hit the bank. Look at it. He's a good trader too. Web guy. This web guy. He does really well too. Look at it. Every single one. And down almost 4K on every single one. I think that's like 20 accounts. I mean, guys, this week was just, it'll make you rethink trading. This week was so bad. It will make you rethink your whole strategy, your whole career. And I learned a lot this week. You need weeks like this to humble you. You need weeks like that. Oh, Piano Trader, what's up? Rips is trolling. He is clickbaiting. No, he really did lose. He really did lose that much. But he says some trolling things on there. I saw his stream from yesterday. I caught up on it. I think I caught up on it this morning before we went live here. And no, he really did. He really lost big yesterday. But he's trolling. What the rest of the things he's saying, he's trolling, obviously, because he wants to get people to engage. I lost 4 Express on TopStep after payout. Lost 2 more combines last week. Do not feel as bad at all. Do not feel as bad. Yeah, no worries, man. It's a rough week, man. It was a rough week for everyone. I mean, look at me, guys. I'm a perfect example. I don't know if you guys saw my trading this week. Completely garbage compared to the last 2 weeks. Last 2 weeks I was forward testing. I had a day where we had 15 trades and 1 loss. I mean, 15 wins and 1 loss. Like, that was crazy. We had 88% win days, 65, 75% win rates. And then we go to Monday where we have like a 30% win rate. It was horrible. Tuesday was slightly better. Wednesday was bad. I mean, it was just a bad week. Just a bad week in general. I think a lot of people were on the sidelines, so it made room for a lot of manipulation. Meanwhile, PW is made $58,000 today. He never makes anyone feel better. He's always winning somehow. All right, we're getting a little pop here. We're getting a little pop. Let's see if this will create any type of momentum to the upside. It could. We're going to be in chop for a while here. What do you guys think? We're going to be in chop for. What's up, Jess? How you doing? Jess is in the house, guys. We're making more money for prop firms buying these evals. Yeah, let's stop buying the evals, guys. Let's just trade our own accounts. I'm about to just trade my live account for now on. Yeah, no, a lot of people are trading evals for sure. I think trading prop has helped me though. At least I can say it has. Because if I was still trading my live account, oh man, we'd be down big time, boys. Probably we need to give up streaming, find a job, go to McDonald's. Probably have to start working at McDonald's, guys. Great week for me, Smooth. That's good to hear, Captain. I'm glad you did well this week, man. I spent all my live accounts on evals. It says Turbo. We just missed the highs here. We just missed the highs here at 320. Let's see if she's going to roll back over or if she's just trying to trap bears here in order to go higher. They are making a little bit of a consolidation here. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did just come back down a little bit. Could get a little move here. Could get a little move down. Let's see. I don't know. See, that's called the bear trap. That's a good old-fashioned bear trap right there. You seduce the bears, and then you come and rip the face off. That's not something I'd recommend. Careful trading in the chop, guys. We moved so far that where do we go next? With the next 3 hours? I don't know. Looks like my long-term analysis is holding well. I can't wait to be able to hold one. Jess, are you in any trades? Have you taken any trades yet? Guys, let's see if we can get the likes up to 75. We'll do that 50K eval giveaway. That'll be nice. 54. This area is important right here. This area is important. They may try to hold this level here. Yeah, nice little move here. Let's hit the pushing. I want to show you guys something real quick. All right, so this is how you can tell when you're going to get a reversal. Sometimes this works pretty well. All right, so you see the delta down here. The delta means the difference between buyers and sellers, right, on any given candle. So you see this big candle right here. We had a pretty big candle right here. This was a pretty big absorption. Or I'm sorry, this is a pretty big delta candle, which means there were 840 additional contracts in here, right? So when you look at the candle looks like a bullish hammer. It looks like a bullish hammer, right? And then you get the next candle right here that actually swept here and actually gave us another bullish hammer, right? So you had one bullish hammer here where you see that there was a ton of selling pressure and the bears were not really able to close this candle fully. They were not able to close it fully. The bulls were still fighting this. The next candle here showed you that the bulls actually stepped in and gave you a bullish hammer here. Right here would have been a good entry. I wasn't paying attention, but this would have been a good entry. It would have been a really little nice trade right back to the upside here. That's what a basic order flow. I mean, that's just basic basic absorption and order flow. If I'm at a 9-point loss, should I just cut my losses and call it a day? Looks like support is being built. Are you short urea? I got this, quit my job, emptied my 401k, got the live account, and poof, all gone. Honey, I need to go back to work. Yeah, imagine that, laughter. Do you usually base your trades on long-term analysis? That's for Jess. Are you short? I wouldn't be in a short right now just because, like I said earlier right here, like this was a bear trap. And I was just showing you guys right now how there are buyers in this market. The sellers tried to come in and push this, and you can see them muscling their way in. So I'd cut my losses if I was in a short right now. I would, because I don't see any indication to. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying I wouldn't be in one because I just don't see any. I don't see a premise for a short here. I saw one here because I saw the opposite happening. Like you see this big green candle over here. Look at this big green candle. You see this big green candle right here? Look at this candle. That means that, let me move this back. When you see a big delta candle like this, but then you have a bearish hammer, right? And then you see the next candle again, green. That means buyers are present. Another bearish hammer, absorption too. Red candle. Put your stop up here. I didn't put my stop all the way up there, so I got stopped the first time around by a tick. And then I re-entered right here on this combination, and we got a little drop, took profits there. So that's why I took that one. But right now, I'm not so sure. We might be getting a little pushback down, but I'm not so sure. You got to be very careful, especially when you're this close to target, because the market knows everybody's thinking 360. Market knows. Doesn't have to happen how you think. It doesn't have to happen how you think. Remember, we don't take the straight road to grandma's house. We take the scenic route. That's how the NQ does it. When's the last time you guys visited your grandma? If she's still alive, God bless her soul. What's up, Nate? Yes, I'm on a treadmill. I must confess I am on a treadmill. I thought I could get over on you guys without you figuring out that I'm on a treadmill. I thought you wouldn't see me moving. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate you being here, brother. So I got the idea of walking on a treadmill from a guy named Jason. He's a crypto trader. And the dude, man, he's in incredible shape. And he goes live all the time. And he even records his videos on a treadmill. I'm not saying I want to be like him, but I got a great idea. I said, that's amazing. Imagine being sitting down for 5 hours, 6 hours a day, or imagine walking for 5 or 6 hours a day while trading. I think I'll pick that one. If you guys are interested in one, it's only about like $100. I left the link for it down in the description if you guys need one. It changed my life. And Biblical, he swears by it. Biblical loves it. A couple other guys I think have picked one up too. Yeah, it's in the description, Sambi. It's down below. It's only $100. You get it on Amazon. I think if it breaks up at 23.40, it will go quickly. 419. Yeah, so many people have asked me for it. Yeah, I have a link for a standing desk down there too, because that's the next thing everybody asks me for. Is like, oh, if I'm gonna have a walking pad, I need a standing desk. So I found a very inexpensive standing desk that I bought for my wife. That's it's really good. It's only $100 also. Link for that down below. That's the sound of the rhythm of the market. It's the heartbeat of the market you're hearing. Great idea. I will try one. Day 2, smooth. Okay, Jess. It couldn't help. It could not hurt. Imagine being able to get your steps in and you don't even realize it because you don't even remember you're walking until like someone says something. I'm like, oh, I forgot. I just put in 5 hours. And on top of that, like I put on some ankle weights, 10-pound ankle weights. So when I get off this thing and I take the ankle weights off, I feel like I'm flying. It's crazy. Yeah, right now I'm gonna let this market just kind of decide what it wants to do here. I'm not gonna be an eager beaver and try to jump into something, but I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I'm gonna wait for a good setup here. You know what happens to eager beavers? They get skinned and made into fur coats. Walking on air, yeah. It feels like I'm walking on air when I take these things off, for real. I'm being honest. I think we might get a sweep here, guys, of this level before going higher. Could get a sweep here, maybe then go higher. Who knows? It looks very possible here. It's very possible we may get a sweep here. There she goes. Yeah, let's watch this level right here. This could be a level that, if she wants to go hit that 360. Remember, we have two things. Two things can happen here. She could sweep this level, grab some liquidity, head to 360. The other thing she could do is she can head down to that VWAP level that we spoke about earlier, that 50% mark. So there's a lot of things that can go on here. So plan accordingly. I don't think this is going to hold. I think we're going to maybe try to come up a little higher here, maybe the 310s, lose it, and then break it here. She might not even give us that. I wonder how ICT traders are doing this week with the fair value gaps. Have they not been working out? Jess is an ICT trader. But she hasn't taken any trades, I think, recently. Is there a correlation between gold and NQ? They usually inverse of each other. Checked out this trading song. We'll check it out. Am I gonna get a copyright strike? High risk appetite. Pretty cool. I don't want to play it too long because I don't want to get a copyright strike, but I'll check it out. I'll check it out later. Thank you for that, Laughter. Did you write that? Is that your song, Laughter? I think we might get this moved down. So, yeah, that is true. That is true. ICT does say not to trade the week of the FOMC. I've heard him say that before. If you want to be technical about it. I have heard him say that. We might get this moved down here soon. Thinking we could. We'll see though. Oh, no. Yes, nope. Which one will it be? Up, down, left, right. Yeah, there she goes. That's what I was waiting for. There she goes. What's up, Kelvin? So you on TopStep now? I don't think so. Yeah, Kelvin. I'm not on TopStep. Well, I have a TopStep account, but I'm not on TopStep at the moment. Today we're trading Tradeify and Bulenox. Glad to see you made your way back, Kelvin. Selling your ZF. Is that bonds? Laughter? The ZF, those are bonds, right? PW once brought it up. 5-year bills? Oh, okay. How are you making out? I'm assuming you're doing good, huh? This is TopStep on the title of the... Yeah, we have our TopStep. We have our TopStep XFA that I could fire up if I need to. But today we're firing up our Bulenox Master. And we have our Tradeify eval here that we're trading. Bonds and gold week today. Yeah, I bet. How you making out this week, Kelvin? I got 3 XFAs right now. Beautiful, brother. Did you make any money this week? It's been a rough week to trade. Very, for me at least. Pretty rough week. Work in progress, yeah. It was rough, man. Hopefully you're doing well. All right, we might get this moved down, guys. I think we might get this moved down here. We'll see if we get lucky here. We'll see if we have the luck of the Irish. Can we get the luck of the Irish? Hold on a second, guys. think we can get a dump. Could get a dump. Knocked out early. Yeah, Kelvin, we've been doing all right, man. God has been good. He's been blessing the channel. He's been blessing the channel. So let's see if we get this dump here. It'd be nice. If we get a dump here to 270. I think we can get 270. 270. Oh, we might get stopped. 270, 267. 270 looks good. Yeah, 270 looks possible. We're about to get stopped, probably. Yeah. What? Is it possible we get saved here? Possibly we get saved? Oh, Lord. Help us. Help us here. Take something off here in case we don't get it. It's not making it easy. Give us this 270, girl. Push that 270. Can you do 270? Can you? No, no, no. No, no, don't think about it. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Wow, man, she is wild. She's a wild vixen. Oh, Lord. Come on. I'm just trying to... Come on, man. Just give us 270. She ain't gonna do it the way we want. She'll do it the way she wants. She'll do it the way she wants, which is taking the bumpy road to Grandma's house. She's gonna take the bumpy road to Grandma's. Alright, we're about to get stopped out here more than likely. In profits, in like $10 worth of profits. In like $10 worth of profits, let's see. Now we got 10 bucks. We got it, baby. We got our $10. Alright, not such a good ROI there. Not so bueno. No, I don't have Bookmap. I don't use Bookmap. I'm just reading the order flow here on TradingView. So we swept this level that I was telling you guys about earlier. We swept it. I don't know what she'll do here after this little move. I don't know. No sé. If you guys know, leave it in the chat. Let's go ahead and see if we can do something about these likes, guys. I got to go in half an hour. Let's see if we can bump it up to 75. We'll do that giveaway. Yeah, watch this level here. She could come and sweep this. Come and sweep this here. Yeah, that's the road she took to Grandma's. One little detour. One small little detour. All right, let's see what we got here. Sorry guys, I'm not going to pay attention to the chat for a couple here. I'm trying to see what the market's doing. Just careful. We have a trend line here as well. I think they're going to try to sweep this level here up to 300 possibly. We'll see what happens then. Yeah, careful here. Crazy absorption. Could be wrong here, guys. I took it a little prematurely. Yeah, it looks like I am premature to this move. Yeah, she's gonna rip higher and then she'll give us the drop. She'll come and sweep this level first, more than likely. So I'm in a little too early, I think. We'll see. There's a battle going on. No man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever. Oh man. Oh Lord. What's gonna happen here? Is this the way to Grandma's house? Or is she gonna rip it here with a green candle? Is she gonna rip it with a green candle, or is she gonna go down to Grandma's house? It's exciting, guys. It's exciting. I always get involved in trades when we have a lot of drama going on. Look at this drama. Who's gonna win here? Bulls or bears? Too much drama for me. I can't watch. I cannot watch. I can't watch. Yeah, it looks like either one. Definitely the timing on TradingView is lagging compared to Tradeify. Tradeify is so much faster. Why is that? Why is TradingView so slow? I see them move like so much faster on here on Tradeify. It's crazy. We might get stopped here. Might get stopped here. Could get a pumpity pump. Yeah, there we goes. There we goes. There we go, baby. That's what we were waiting for. Yeah, she got reckless here. She got strong. Yeah, now after she's done, she'll do after this move here. Now she'll probably come in and drop. Now she'll probably come and drop. After sweeping this area. Corey, have you ever thought about adding shorting long measuring tools and trades just to go back to see if you didn't touch the trades it would have worked out? Yeah, when I go back and I look at my trades, I started to think, hey, what if I would have given myself no break even? If I would just let it play, would it have worked? So that's what I've done, because my trades are usually one-to-ones. But I see what you're saying though. I heard a lot of people complain about it. Yeah, it's so slow. All right, looks like she chose the direction here, and it might be up. It might be to the upside. Yeah, she did pick a direction. It's to the upside. Yeah, that's what you're testing now? Yeah. Yeah, looks like she's picked a direction for now. 360 could be its next target, unless this was manipulation here, just to kind of come back down. We'll see. See which one's more probable. Wow. Yeah, they tried to push up higher here. Again, that absorption. Yeah, there she goes. Looks like we're too early to this move again. Possibly too early again. So we're going to get the pop here. And she wants higher still, that 360 level. Yeah, they want to go higher. They want to go higher here. All right, this in itself is a bullish combination right here. Let's see if it works out. Let's see right here. This is a bullish combination when you see them trying to push the market down and we get a green candle. That is pretty bullish. Okay. Looks like they may want to head to 360 next. We had a new pope. Look at that. How much is a personal account for Tradeify? Tradeify's right now at 30% off. If you've never used them before, they used to be a 40% off. So it's either going to be like $85 to $97. Yeah, I took that long in here, but it was so quick. It tapped my TP pretty quickly. I didn't even get a chance to click over for you guys. But we got a nice pop here. Great pop. Market's working today. The market is working today, not like the other days, man. The market's actually working right now. I got to adjust to that again. I got to adjust to that all over again, which is crazy. But yeah. Very good. Little pop from here. All right, so we're thinking we might get a pop up here, right, to the 360s. Yeah, I think this got some wings here. What about Take Profit Trader? I have a Take Profit Trader too, but I don't have an affiliation with them yet because I've been waiting on them to approve my application. I've tried 3 times already. Yeah. Let's see if they hold this level here. Looks like they were getting a little bit of a move to the downside. Might hold this level. Very nice move here. Very nice move for the longs. They might retrace this wick here, but I think they're going to move this market up higher. Yeah, check out this candle right here, and look at this candle up here. Big volume down, bullish looking hammer candle. This shows you that they're defending. They want to defend this area. This could be a good area to look for a long. After they clean up this candle, looks like they've cleaned up most of it. I said they're starting to turn up the juice. Have you ever tried to add market structure from CVD candles in your trading? Have I ever tried to add market structure from CVD candles on your trading? I don't know what that means. I'm a little confused by that. Are we not going to shoot the 325 level? So we got a high here at 325. Market just missed it by 2 points. Question is, are we going to come back here to sweep this, or are we going to drop it now? Obviously, this looks bullish. You know, this looks like a very bullish move. But the best time for them to drop us on our head is on when everything looks bullish. All right, this looks pretty good. See if we can get 325. Can we get that 325 tap? All right, I'm gonna take her off there. Small little tiny hit. All right, we're going to 325. She's going. Oh, I like the one I'm using right now better. Yeah, the one I'm using right now is better. Yeah, the other one, it doesn't really help me individually on each candle. I like to read each candle. Order block analysis, how does one do that? I put one up on my trading view chart from LuxAlgo. Order block analysis? Oh, Jess would know about that. She knows about order blocks. Enjoy your Green Day, family. Yeah, take care, Sam B. Yeah, we would have hit that right now. Very nice. Jess knows about that. She'd be the one to ask. All right, the market's not broken anymore. Market's actually doing what it's supposed to. It's actually working. I think we're back, Mortimer. I think we're back. Everything's working as intended. All of this worked out. Everything here worked out. I think we're back, Jess. I think ICT fixed the algorithm. That's what it was. All right. Market flowing towards the purple haze. Yes, sir. They love the purple haze. Nice trading places, Ruff. I don't know. I don't use that indicator. No, Jess, but you do use order block though, right? That's order block theory is from ICT. Oh, you combine it with support and resistance. Nice. Hope we get more days like this. Yeah, it's free money day. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's today's like the market is actually doing what it's supposed to. And the thing is, I'm like still trading a little bit scared because of the last few days, and it's hurting me right now. I could have more green on the board right now, but I'm trading scared. I'm gonna be honest with you. I need a couple days to kind of like calm down from my trauma, but this market right now is doing exactly what we want it to do, and moving so clean, very clean. Yeah, I like her. She's clean. I might even trade my live account today. That's how clean this market's trading. Got 360 up here somewhere. I don't know if we need this. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. See what's going on with the 1 hour. We're almost at that purple haze, baby. Yeah, we got a trend line here. We gotta watch that. Yeah, we're all pumping now. Very nice pumperoni. Yeah, it looks like we got a real good move, man. We got a really nice predictable move. After the event, yeah. The market's working again, Jess. Just need to get your groove back. Yeah, I feel like Stella. One piece of the puzzle. Jess, you're like a surgeon when it comes to your charts. Very methodical. Make markets great again, says Mo. Oh, Mo, do you come up with this stuff, man? You got these one-line zingers, man. You're just full of them. You're one-liners. We're looking for longs here, guys. We're looking for longs. So let's see if we can get any more. Longs up to 360 maybe. Or 360 to 380. It could be a quick move up there, man, to be honest with you guys. It could be a pretty swift move up there. Got this previous high here. What's that? Hey, there you are. You got it, baby. What's up, Paul? How are you? I'm such an intellectual. I need technical science. I need the technical science. That's why I enjoy ICT's methods. Yeah, it's very technical. Is that what you went to school for, Jess? Are you very like analytical? Like, did you study something like in engineering or Something mathematical. Look at this. Look at this. We're almost at Lafta's purple zone. Great areas to be taking trades, by the way. We're not close to the VWAP. Things work a lot better. Economics and finance. Oh, that's awesome. Who do you believe in? Milton Friedman? Is he your favorite economist? Milton Friedman? Are you? Did you ever read? Did you ever read Ayn Rand? Oh, we might be getting a little bit of a push down. Are you Keynesian, or are you what is the other one? Keynesian and I forget the other one. The purple zone. Hayek is my dude. Lutfish Savage. What's up, Lutfish Savage? I forgot to say hello to you, man. I think you just joined today. The purple haze area. Good thing you asked. Okay, so what we've got here is we've got standard deviations, and what the standard deviations measure is how far away you are from the VWAP. VWAP is the mean of the trading day. So the higher we go, the better trading. Well, I'll tell you what I think it does. The farther away we go, the better the trading is, because price usually tends to get sucked into the mean, right? So the further you are from it, you can really have true liberty here with trades. And if you ever want to put in for a reversal trade, and you're one of those people who like to hold their trade for a long time, price tends to want to revert back to the mean. Okay, so if you ever want to put in for a reversal, this is a good target. You also have this this plotted green dots in here. These green dots. These are the 12 period. The 100 period VWAP. So this is developing at all times, and this green line here is developing at the beginning of the session, at the beginning of the day. And the further you go away, the darker, the lighter the purple gets. If you're in the third, if you're in the third or fourth standard deviation, that's when you know you're like really oversold or overbought. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, just a bit ago. Yeah, welcome to the channel, man. Okay, I see what you did. Thanks. Atlas Shrugged, that was the name of Ayn Rand's book. And then The Fountainhead was another one, right? I think I have her book here somewhere. More Keynesian, but most textbook stuff is BS. I changed my professor at all times. I challenged my professors at all times. They basically said I was right, but followed the text for. Yeah, I can see that in you, Jess. I can see that you're very very Keynesian. Do you believe in the Austrian School of Economics? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Looking kind of pumpy still, and dumpy at the same time. Purple haze song. Yeah, Jess is a free thinker. Jess is a free thinker, man. No brainwashing there. Or the Austrian painter. We might be getting this pump. Might be getting this pump here. All right, guys, I have to bid you adieu. Long from 289, nice, man. I have to bid you guys adieu. I got to go to the chiropractor. I think this will be my last week of going to the chiropractor. I feel really good. I feel not really good, but I feel kind of good. That was a nice long there. I feel kind of good, but I do have to go. I have to be there by 1:30. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Take care, guys, and good luck with the trading today. Make sure if you're in the green, stay that way. And if you're red, don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Tomorrow's another day. All right, take care, guys. Love you. See you tomorrow. God bless.